the button.
And let's get the stream up as well. Do, 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 do. Border of Alterra.
All right. I am still trying to get this damn map to re-download. Let's
Well
restart.
done.
But luckily, you won't need the map for the first segment, so hopefully this downloads by the time you get to it.
Okay, there you are. Changed as well.
It's odd missing like half to like 3/4 of the party.
Yeah, it's weird.
2/3 roughly. Because we're missing Bob, Jamie, James, Crow, and Ali.
Crew, yeah.
Yes, for those tuning in for the first time, we're going to have a diminished cast this week.
Chaos.
Chaos Crew, woo!
There was almost 3 rogues.
I mean, it is 3 rogues, isn't it?
No,
No?
Jinxie's a monk.
Ah.
Two rogues and a monk.
A rogue.
I mean,
If I had my character that was with piece of a puzzle in that campaign, it would be like 2 and a bit rogues. I can't remember how much of a rogue Robin is.
he's mostly rogue.
It would have been pretty much 3 rogues. That would have been
Ace
interesting.
is also mostly rogue as well.
Yeah, Robin is a ranger rogue.
I knew they were a ranger rogue, but I didn't know how much of each they were.
Yeah, he's enough of a ranger so he can get extra attack.
That was the reason why Bob the other day put up about the RogueCon.
All right.
There's almost going to be 3 rogues. It's a rogue annual convention.
Rogue is one of the easiest class to quickly make for a one-shot thing.
I thought fighter would be.
I said
Fire has way too much customization.
Fighter's got a lot of customization. Rogues are generally hack and run in, slash, and run away, or hide and shoot, or something along those lines. Whereas a fighter is I attack, I bonus action attack, action surge, and attack.
They keep attacking. Are you dead? Are you dead? Please be dead.
Yeah.
Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet? Are you dead yet?
I'm running out of attacks. Please, please.
Unless you're a fighter monk, where it's I attack, I bonus action, flurry of blows, I attack, I action surge, I attack. And if they're hasted, I haste attack.
Wonder how many, what's the maximum amount of attacks you can actually get in a turn? Like if you use everything.
I think it's about 9.
So many.
Because depending on
But
what
also
level,
possibly not enough.
yeah. Depending on like how you min max it. So a fighter, you can get up to, I think it's 3 action surges. So you get your main 2 attacks, and then you can get an extra 2 action surge attacks. If you cross that into a monk, you can get flurry of blows, which is an extra 2 attacks. So that's 6 there already. And a haste, that's a 7th attack. And there probably are other ways as well to get more attacks. I think at a certain level as well, on fighter you get 3 attacks on your main action as well.
So we're going with at least 7.
At least 7 you can do. Yeah.
I mean, if somebody can command you to attack using your reaction as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ordering at least 10 then.
Between 7 and 10.
Alright, I'll do the rest of that in the background. We should probably actually get started then.
Okie dokie.
Are we ready to go, everyone?
I believe so.
Yep.
This map is still downloading, but hopefully the map will upload later. And let's move on. Have you all got a? Did you all pick up a character? Actually, do you need a character sheet for D&D Beyond, or is that D&D Beyond? Just
No,
named?
it's mainly so we have tokens that you do the character sheets for.
It's fine, unless you guys are going to split up at some point. I'll just use a party token, then I'll worry about it later. I'll just use colored default tokens.
Fair enough.
We're doing predominantly Theatre of the Mind today with a single background map for exploration. Because I only have like a week to put this together. Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the world of Alterra. We're taking a break from our usual programming to bring you a exciting one-shot, Rise of the Rapnoids. I'll have each of our players introduce their characters, have a line or two about them, and the rest you'll just have to discover in play. So why don't we start off with Jinxie. Jinxie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Jinxie is a tabaxi who got dumped outside of what turned out to be a cult church when they were a little kitten, and they overheard a murder plot, and they're like, "Hey, this is not right." So they're left on trying to find the path of enlightenment.
Now I have to ask, was it your murder plot or the murder plot of someone else?
No, the
Were
murder
you the
plot of
target?
someone else.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm completely innocent.
No, I more meant if you discovered they were trying to kill you or not.
Oh, right.
That's fair enough if they weren't. I'm like, I don't know, man, this place is murdering people. It's not really my jam. I'm gonna go murder people with my party. Can't wait to see how many people you killed today. Really got away from that murder plot you did. All right, moving on then. Piece of a puzzle.
TR playing Piece of a Puzzle, who's also a Tabaxi, but a Tabaxi rogue / artificer. An ex retrievals expert, but now security guard for a blue Arcanite factory.
Don't forget
Bit
the paranoia.
paranoid. Oh yeah, a bit paranoid, and at one point could make people pregnant by touch.
That's right. I couldn't remember what your curse did.
Oh yeah.
But
I
yeah,
had, if I believe, 3 Minotaur babies that are roaming around somewhere.
yeah, that's oh my god.
It was disturbing.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
and
just hearing about it now.
You,
Yeah,
you were
'cause
you were the
Styx,
DM, Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know, man. You can't prove that.
you did this to me.
Styx got cursed as well, and she was like Ghost Rider, Flaming Skull.
And Tink was cursed to have bright red hair.
Wasn't some
It was
bloody
like
cursed with like a cook or something like that?
something like that. Tink's hair looks like it was essentially on fire. So kind of like fire genasi.
Oh, and I forgot, occasionally my eyeballs melt.
I feel like that's something to mention.
I forgot.
Ah, yeah.
This is good for the investigation.
We all forget, our eyeballs melt occasionally. Got so used to it now.
Once again, something
Yeah,
you did.
barely notice it.
Yeah.
All right, and rounding out our trio of misfits, it's Robin Locke.
It's Robin! Robin is a ranger rogue. Think Robin Hood. Steals from the rich, gives to the poor, keeps a bit for himself. Yeah, and he's on this quest because he saw a uh, what do you call him? A quest board in a tavern one day. Seeing someone or seeing two uh, cat people going up and looking at it as well, he decided to join in with them. And yeah, and now he's in this bit of bother.
And you have been whipped away to lands unknown, since I can almost guarantee you did not originally come from this realm.
Uh, I mean, he's human. I probably didn't come from the Rapnoid place. Probably would have come from Iron Core or something along those lines, or whatever the main Iron Core Alterra place is. Steamforge, maybe.
Steamforge is the dwarven settlement.
Well, he probably would have lived near whatever royal city there was in Alterra, in a forest nearby.
Near a nice forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the main hub city, or the kind of original most populous where just so many heroes come from because it's the default city, is Aqaba in the realm of Eros. It is bordered, is the city-state at the center and hub of the effectively what used to be the Four Nations before the fall, with Steamforge to the north, the technological and still quite heavy into brewing dwarves, the more militaristic and xenophobic elves in the forest to the east, the desert city of Salarin and its wizards and dragonborn and high sorcery and cult activity and poverty. And then Bloodraven to the west, a London-like city of smoke and mist and cobblestones filled with monsters and things that go bump in the dark.
He probably would have spent most of his time in the Eastern Forest then with the elves, because he does speak Elvish.
That's fair. And in between Aqaba and Highgarden, you yourself would not have been allowed into Highgarden itself. The city is very strict about its only pureblood elves can enter it. But there is thriving half-elf population in the forest around it, particularly and a thriving wood elf population that would have welcomed you happily.
Okay, yeah. Robin would be that from there then. The High Garden off-skirt forest. Yeah.
So yes, and I am Chris Mackenzie. I will be your DM for the day. Our party finds themselves traveling to a new realm of Savara that the players, I believe, have only visited once for one of the sessions of Killscore Mercenaries, where you, I believe this was the intro arc, where you actually went down and fought some you found some gnomes. James's character was from there. You did something in the Valley of Plenty. I can't remember what you fought or why you were there. So long ago.
Actually, I think me and TR have been there as well. One of James's sessions.
It could be.
We fought a mummy lord.
Oh, in the desert.
You're thinking of the Black Sands. That would have been Salarin in the realm of Eros. No, Savara are these vast golden plains of high cliffs and of strong spiritual connections to the psionic realm, which allows for manifestations of more spiritual and shamanistic energies.
Okay.
It is a land that is predominantly stuck in prehistoric times in terms of its ecology, with massive oversized plants, dinosaurs, and various more religious tribal cultures to it. And that is where the party initially began their expedition. Having been enlisted through various channels, you were gathered using high-level teleportation magic, this expedition being sponsored seemingly by quite a powerful figure from Copper, the planar hub city, where you met the expedition leader, which, let me go grab my NPC list name. Forgot to actually give him a last name. There we go. Where you met Tiberius Thunderfoot, a massive, bulking, hairy figure of a Loxodon, who had quite a commanding and boisterous presence, who had enlisted you along with 2 other NPCs that we will discuss later to not explore Savara itself, but to actually dive into the depths underneath Savara, into the Underdark of the realm, in order to locate and retrieve incredibly exotic plant and mineral specimens believed to only grow in Savara's Underdark. And this is what led the party to your trek through the Underdark. You have been traveling through it for a couple weeks, a couple months now. You've had various encounters with differing wildlife. You've come across these beautiful underground scenes, massive caves of crystals, and all as such, until you finally wake up in a disturbed slumber, or not even, you can't really call it slumber because you don't remember dreaming. You wake up groggy, your head spinning in a pitch black room, or at least what you believe to be a pitch black room. You can't see anything. There's no light. Even those with dark vision cannot currently see anything. You do not remember what has previously happened. You remember being on the expedition and being led by the name comes to the tip of your tongue, Tiberius. Yes, that was his name. But your memory is patchy from these last couple weeks, these last couple months. You don't recall how you got here. But each of you, unaware of each other's presences, you're not sure if there's anyone else in the room with you. You feel warm and clammy. The atmosphere around you has definitely got high humidity in it, and there's definitely a warmth to it. And darkness, but as your mind kind of comes back to its senses, your head's rattling from whatever resulted in your unconsciousness and forced departure from sentience consciousness. You hear a distant sound of beating drums. There's a rhythm to it, music almost to it. It seems to be permeating through vast layers of rock in order to arrive you as this is where you wake. Who would like to go first? Who would like to say the first thing?
Come on, you ragabouts, get up! There's music playing, we should dance. And why does my head hurt so much?
Robin Locke calls out, Jinxie and Piece of the Puzzle. You hear him far too loud in your ear, only about a foot or two away, the noise seemingly echoing off nearby walls to just really give the full impact of his voice. You were seemingly
We agreed
Keep your
that you would
voice
sleep away.
down.
you were seemingly all in the same room together. But
Well-
again, you still can't see anything.
Jinxie, did you try and slip us some drugs last night again?
That was not me this time.
Jinxie, do you often slip people with drugs?
Secrets.
He was in a cult. He thinks it's normal.
I've been there since I was born. Look, it was normal to me. Mind is blown now.
Any idea of what this music is about, or?
It sounds terrible.
Seems to be almost like somebody playing not quite drums but timpanis. These echoing, big, kind of elongated sounds of drumming far away. Almost has reminiscence of almost like a war beat to it, but not quite as fast paced. Seems almost ceremonial in a way.
Pat myself down. Robin, have you stolen from me?
I mean, I was going to ask the same thing. I don't seem to have my bags or quiver on me.
Why is it so dark?
I don't know.
I can't see.
I don't know why it's so dark, but the music sounds though there could be a sacrifice about to happen.
As you're all kind of becoming more aware of your presence, you do notice that or at least the majority of your equipment is missing. You have been stripped of your armor, any noticeable weapons, any bags, belongings, anything of any particular note or anything of arcane significance. It seems that anything of any magical essence as well, that would be detectable by detect magic, has also been taken from you. Anything like tattoos or anything are still in place and fine, and they have still left you your underclothing. If you want
I
to hide any non-magical items like daggers or pins or something in your hair or about your body, any concealed weaponry, go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check to see how well you hid those.
Robin wouldn't have done because the smallest weapon would have been short swords, and you probably couldn't hide those very well.
Not even like
Probably not.
a common dagger.
No, he doesn't have any daggers.
Jinxie has one.
So is anyone attempting to hide anything on their person?
Yes,
Uh,
Jinxie is hiding her dagger.
I would have thieves' tools hidden on me.
Piece of the puzzle, you can have whatever the fuck you want hidden on you. God damn it, 34?
I didn't see that first one, I just saw the 21.
Ooh, unfortunately, whatever you were doing prior to being unconscious resulted in your usual stealthy and hidden concealment not quite as fully concealed. Maybe you were cleaning your weapons, or maybe you were reconcealing things whenever whatever happened, an ambush or magical influence or whatever knocked you out got you. Unfortunately, your daggers around yourself, Jinxie, appear to be missing also. What an oversight.
Just going to pull out like the file from my kit, and I'm going to. Oh, I
File your
use an
claws.
artificer. No. I'm going to light it up with my artificer stuff. I can actually do that usefully. Like 5 foot of light, so at least we can see something. But I can infuse an item. That's what it is, I think.
As you do so, as you touch as you embrace that inner kind of connection to the arcane that artificers have to imbue their items with magic, you find something almost blocking you. If you could describe your magic as a chi, it seems as if your chi is blocked, or the arcane equivalent of that for an artificer. You are unable to use your magical abilities.
Would
Ah,
that not be
son of a
psionics? Like, unable to access
For
the
an
psionic
artificer,
because it's basically the same as a wizard, so it'd be arcane casting.
yeah, arcane casting has been temporarily blocked. Actually, piece of puzzle. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check. It's possible, given how high level you are, you might actually be familiar to the slightly, almost blanketing feeling that you get when you try and use your magic. Okay.
I'll take a dirty 20.
Especially for you, actually. For you, this would be actually a very much more familiar experience, given your backstory. There's almost like a heavy snowfall or heavy blanket over your connection to magic, and you can feel it. It's still there. You still have magic inside you, but something is disconnecting you from connecting with your surrounding reality. And it's a feeling that you've often experienced given your familiarity with Blue Arcanite. You are in an anti-magic field.
God damn it. Okay. We appear to be locked somewhere we don't want to be, so
I mean, I
can
get
everybody
that.
start scrambling to
much we
find a
knew.
door?
Door?
A door, a hatch, a lock, something. We can't just be in a flat tube, I imagine.
Okay.
Everybody start touching stuff.
Yeah, start feeling around the walls, trying to find doors, windows, anything like that.
Are you just kind of moving in a straight direction until you hit something? Are you taking
Yep.
any precautions or anything?
Well, hands and knees, like going that way.
Oh, Jinxie would be like, on the floor, pawing away for like, any like obvious.
Yeah. Robin would be walking like he can see. Just confidently walking toward in a straight line. Might run into a wall. Who knows?
Sir, each of you give me a survival check. You can have advantage if you are going slow and methodical and being careful. Robin can just have a flat roll as you daringly strike out.
Oh, thank God.
Hang on, refresh.
Oh, advantage is good for us.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. That's not bad.
What do you mean that's not bad?
Holy shit!
That's the
Why
best.
is it doing +5? Why is it adding more proficiency into that?
I mean, 22 is still
Yeah, I mean, don't complain about 22.
It's adding more proficiency on it again. I don't know why.
Interesting. Well, I'll leave you to discover that. Who's rustling paper?
It's me, sorry.
Oh, it's 100% Neil.
As Peace and Puzzle and Jinxie are crawling about or like tapping out their way, it's taking you a good long while to like get anywhere, given how slow and methodical you're doing it. And by the time that you make any sort of progress, before you've even gone a foot or two, Robin, who's already striked out like halfway across the room. Robin, you find or you kind of bump into what appears to be a large stalagmite in the ground, and as you're kind of feeling against the wall, you can feel that it seems to be almost a row of stalagmites and stalactites forming almost like a not quite a closed jaw, but a slightly partially opened jaw. There's very thin gaps between the stalactite and the stalagmite.
Right.
Leading onwards, and as you kind of thingy around the room, you're
I figured out why it's adding my natural explorer into it. We're not currently in a forest, so that doesn't count. So it's only the 22.
You are currently underground, I guess. You're in the Underdark equivalent. I guess the Underdark is a terrain.
The Underdark is a terrain. You can set that as your favorite terrain as a ranger, which I believe Dion did, and we never went into the Underdark.
Last night. I should have looked for more quests going into the Underdark. As you feel around the wall and quickly just kind of go left and right and trying to get a rough sense of the room, you appear to be in a reasonably small cave, maybe only 15 to 20 foot diameter around. The entire, you seem to be in some sort of cave. You can feel the hard and uneven stone of a natural cave wall under your hand. And as you kind of rotate around, the only exit entrance appears to be this almost door of stalagmite and stalactites blocking your way with just a slight, maybe like a hand's width gap in between the rows of teeth. The rest of this small cave appears to be just that. But with your survival check, you also feel a slight dampness to the walls as well. They seem to be almost sweating a little bit with this warm, kind of slightly oily liquid. Given your natural acclimity to forces, you've been to a couple of caves before, you've maybe traveled a little bit underground, you would recognize this as the symptoms, effectively, of a cave in a more tropical biome.
Okay.
It appears that you are underground somewhere where there is a heavy access to water and vegetation. This is just the natural kind of moisture coming down from the heat and the provinity of water in your surroundings.
Okay. So he's going to turn back towards the room and goes, I do believe we're in a cave. That's all the information he's going to give.
Full
It's
story.
more information than we had.
Like, can you feel like, are we down a hole in a cave? Can we climb out?
I mean, there's a warm, like, gust of wind coming from this little hole here. I don't believe it's big enough for anyone to crawl through.
Are these like gaps of halls, as they're the gaps between the teeth?
Yeah. There's small gaps. If you've got anything to jimmy in between them, you may be able to widen it. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have anything on me.
Oh, okay, so let us see if we can maybe, if there's more gaps at the top. I hate to say this, Robin, but please keep talking so we can make our way over to you.
Okay then, I shall keep talking. I will keep talking as much as you'd like me to talk. And I will talk forever, because that is what I like to do. I like to talk. Talking is one of my favourite things to do. You just keep going.
It's like,
Yeah,
Look,
it's good
just hear
to have
mumbling.
hobbies.
I hate this so much. The only time he shuts up is when he eats. I hate this.
No, I think he would still speak while he's eating.
Oh yeah, even sleep talks.
I hate it even more. When we get to where Robin is, can we try and climb up? See if there's more, like, bigger gaps upwards?
Yes, go ahead and give me either an athletics check or an acrobatics check as you try and
Well,
use the gaps
we
between the
have-
teeth to push yourself up.
The Baxi have climbing speeds,
Yes.
Oh, then you naturally succeed.
so it's
As-
only 20 foot, but you know it's enough to start.
No, and that's more enough for you to quickly discover that 10 feet up, the teeth themselves seem to be almost like I said, kind of taking turns. They seem to be 5 foot tall, and as you kind of climb up one of the stalactites to the ceiling, you quickly discover the ceiling is about 10 foot too. And as you're patting the top of it, it seems to form a shallow bowl above you. It appears you are locked in. There's a ceiling 10 feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case that wasn't clear, table watch.
What do you see up there?
Like, you can hear me roll my eyes. in the dark. Like, I see darkness.
Ah, same as down here then.
Yes. Okay. So, none of us. Let's be honest. None of us are strong. Yes.
I wouldn't have thought so, unless are you fairly muscly there, Jinxie? I can't say that I've
name's-
felt your biceps.
The name's Jinxie,
That's what I
and
said, wasn't it?
you
Jinxie.
said Jingly.
Did I say Jingly?
Yeah.
I'm just having it so he's constantly mispronouncing everyone's names.
Fantastic.
And no, I am not strong.
Ah. Piece of
But
pie.
do you think?
Above average, but not as strong as some.
Do you want to try and climb up and start? Trying to punch the way at the smaller bits of the
I shall
stalagmites
attempt it.
and ortites?
I may get lucky.
Yeah, I mean, Jinxie is also Tabaxi, so he can easily climb up there.
Yep.
And you're probably the only one that can actually hit things. and
Yeah.
do damage at the minute.
Yeah. So would you want a strength check or?
If you're climbing up, you naturally succeed with the tabaxi climb speed. But if you're trying to find like a weak point in the wall, there'll be 2 checks here. One to see if you can find a good weak point in the wall, and then the other being strength based. Let's see, I guess it would be survival. Do you have any proficiency with masonry tools?
No.
Then this will be a flat either survival or investigation. I'll allow either.
Let's see.
I will also allow anybody else who wants to find the weak point for Jinxie to point it to Jinxie may also do it if they have proficiency in stonemasonry tools.
I do not.
No.
See how Jinxie does. Okay, so just kind of
20.
feeling around the wall, you're mostly going based on the fact that these are all obviously cone-shaped pieces of stone. You're looking for one that is... You go with basic geometry of the one that is thinner is probably weaker. And as you feel along, you find one of the kind of teeth with a slightly larger gap to the left and right, and there's a slight kind of curve almost where it's kind of being eaten and eroded away from water flows. You can kind of feel this one's a little bit wetter than the others. This one appears to be the weakest. Just over the years, it seems to have degraded the most. And as you find it, go ahead and give me a. This would just be a strength check if you are just punching it and just trying to like force it out of the way. If you aren't using any particular like leverage or pulleys or anything like
Yeah,
that,
just clawing at it.
then go ahead and
punching
just
it.
give me a flat strength check.
16.
Oh,
not
pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a plus to your strength, so
Yeah, it's 13.
yeah. We don't. You've got more than double
Yeah.
our strength.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my strength is 7.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Mine's 6.
Ooh.
We are not strong boys.
I need to. Yeah, that'll do. All right, as you are going through, you can hear or you can feel a little bit kind of chipping away as you're kind of punching into the sides, particularly into the little divot where it seems to be weakest. As you punch away, you can feel some of the rock actually give way. However,
Incoming.
What?
as you do
Ah!
so,
I warned you.
plus. Okay. Does a 22 hit?
I think it does.
As you are punching away, you suddenly feel a very sharp pain in the side of your neck. As you take 7 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw against poison.
Ooh, hang on. I don't think I can be poisoned.
Oh, monk.
Yeah. Monk.
Oh, because you're a full monk, aren't you? Then yes, you are immune to poison based on level 11.
Nice.
Then you will only take the... Interesting. It should be noted, you are being attacked right now by a projectile.
It's not just because I'm full monk, so I've got the preemptive proof against poison.
Are you
you
but you are
don't.
not currently wearing it.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yep. Although I'm pretty sure you need to see the item to do like any sort of deflection, so I don't think you would be able
Yeah.
to deflect this one.
With deflect missiles, you need to see the the attack essentially, or see the projectile.
Go ahead and give me effectively a Constitution saving throw for kind of like surprise or startle as you are currently hanging on awkwardly. It'll be a low DC. We'll go with 10 to see if you like get startled and lose your grip.
That's 11, because I would have had the cloak of protection.
Yeah.
fine.
So
You are able to
take
make
that
your
one
save
off.
as you you take the hit in the neck. In the neck, something kind of sticking in now to your flesh. You're able to kind of just keep your grip, suddenly overwhelmed with what I imagine must be a decent amount of surprise, given you were just randomly shot. How is Jinxie reacting to this?
Slightly annoyed. He's like, fucking hell.
I think it's safe to assume. And what is Jinxie's wisdom score?
Wisdom. 13.
I mean, you're a monk. I imagine. As in, like, just your wisdom is 13
Yeah.
for a monk.
You are not a wise monk.
Did you just did you not did you put it all into Dex?
Yes.
Fascinating.
That
Okay,
was my first monk.
fair enough. Yep. Okay. Uh, even with your 13, you are still wise enough to pick up on. It's very clearly obvious this is a threat.
I was
Of
in a cult.
if you continue trying to break
Where's
out,
the wisdom?
somebody might shoot you again. What would you like to do, Jinxie? You've just been shot. There's something sticking out of your neck, and you're still in complete darkness. Oh, and the rest of your allies hear, I imagine, a grunt of pain as Jinxie gets shot.
Uh,
You okay there?
No, something shot me, and I have a feeling that it could happen again.
Hmm.
You want to climb up in front of me?
I mean, I can try it. Robin would need to make a check to climb up the wall.
I guess athletics or acrobatics.
It was more directed to both of them rather than just Robin.
That's fine. Robin will climb up.
Given that you there's some decent gaps between it for like footfall and stuff, we're gonna say DC 13. It's a little bit more slippery than a normal wall given the slight sweating, but
I mean,
17 makes it.
I would make that with just my modifier.
Then you, assuming
Oh
just giant pillars of teeth, you can climb giant pillars of teeth.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, modifier plus 14.
yeah.
Right,
Which
Yeah.
side of you did it hit? Which side of your neck?
would have been your left.
My left side.
Okay. Okay. How close do you think are you to breaking it?
I mean, I'm not quite sure what exactly it was that hit me, but
No.
it was.
Breaking the rock. How
Oh,
close are you to that?
How close am I?
You only managed to get like a good hit in. The attack came immediately as soon as you actually had done damage. You
I
could,
believe.
given that you're punching your way through solid rock, it would probably take you a good, decent chunk of time at your current pace. Even 10 minutes would be generous in terms of how short a time. It might be an hour, 2 hours. Just kind of depends on just how much you keep up at this velocity. Eventually, you could break your way out.
I believe quite a while as it hit me basically straight away.
Huh. If I climbed up more or less exactly where Jinxie was, and they said it attacked them from the left, is there a way to essentially shuffle across more to the left? See if I can find like a...
Reduce the angle.
Well, not to reduce the angle. More to see if you can find a gap in the wall big enough to put like a blowpipe through or something, or an arm through.
The gaps in the stalagmite and stalactites are, like I said, like a hand width long, an arm length width. You could fit your arms through the bars. They're effectively
Right.
bars
Right.
very easily. It's very easy for a blowpipe to shoot through any of that.
Okay.
What I think this more indicates is that there is another side to these bars, and seemingly somebody on the other side of those bars,
Okay.
or maybe something on the other side, since you are in D&D
It
and
can be fired
construction.
out of the wall with motion sensors.
Maybe.
For all we know.
Yep, that's true.
To pinpoint and hit you in the neck, probably not. Robin's just going to call out through the bars. Hello there! Is anyone there? Hello?
You hear no response.
He'll switch to Elvish. Hello? then
No
then
response.
to Infernal. Hello? Anyone there?
Again, silence.
Apparently these
I'll
people
call
don't
out in
speak.
Dwarvish and Ignan.
Silence yet again.
Okay, then Jinxie will say hello in Undercommon?
Ooh, give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Legion. That'd be
You're rolling
19.
well, man.
You hear back in Undercommon, a little bit kind of hushed and under their breath. I'm a little bit surprised of just. Wait, did you? Was that Undercommon? No, it can't be Undercommon. Shh, shut up, can you? I hear you.
I can hear you. I can hear you. You're speaking.
To the rest of you, they are speaking Undercommon.
Yeah.
You can
He
hear.
doesn't understand me. He just can hear them
He's
speaking.
speaking.
What does Undercommon sound like?
Cockney. Cockney
I was going for Geordie.
All right, you guys can all hear that because I'm not even going to attempt to do that. Dinosaurs with Cockney accents.
Robin.
that's fair enough.
Robin is has got 22 passive perception, so he could definitely hear them like whispering to each other, depending on how close they were.
Give me an insight check with your perception. See if you can pick up anything from their voice.
If it helps, Peace has 27 passive perception.
Ooh.
You can also give me an insight check if you'd like. That's fair. Piece of puzzle. While you are able to hear the words more clearly, the foreign language means nothing to you, and there's something kind of deep and guttural about their voice, or their voices. There's definitely two of them on the other side. They almost kind of have almost like dragonborn or lizard folk kind of style of talking. That sort of heavier intonation of their voice.
Sort of
There's
raspy.
something big.
Yeah, kind of raspy. As Robin, you can actually kind of distinguish it a little bit and actually kind of point it more towards almost kind of more feral tones to it. There definitely seems to be an ancestral link with the way lizard folk talk, rather than draconic, but you can kind of see the similarities, but definitely more aligned to the lizard folk side.
Ah. He's just gonna start like sticking his tongue out and hissing, because that's as much as he knows.
What the shit are you doing?
I believe these are common family to standard lizard folk.
You speak lizard folk?
No,
Then what the shit was that?
that's what lizards do, isn't it?
What the shit? Have you been traveling in the jungle with a racist? Hey, asshole, what sound did a tabaxi make?
Meow.
What did you call my mum?
What? Piece of pie! How dare you? I would never say something about your mother.
You get slapped on the back of the head.
Ow! I thought you were in front
Zero
of me.
damage.
Yeah. I thought you were in
I
front of me.
am.
How? How did you hit me in the back of the head?
My tail.
Tail whip.
Kinky.
It's what would the party like?
Oh, we're waiting for Jinxie to make contact.
Yeah, so
Jinxie, you
Jinxie,
speak to them.
Please put them out of their misery.
it seemed like they understood what you said then. Can you speak
Jinxie's
more?
gonna chuck Robin, well, chuck the racist up. See what happens.
Wait, what were you doing?
Sacrificing Robin.
Oh, okay.
Since
No,
so
but,
racist.
Oh,
Ask them
I
where
will
we are.
get just under the lip of the hole and shouting under common, who's there?
At this, you get no response. The rest of the party, particularly you with the passive 27, now that you know what to look for, while there seems to be a slight muffling, like the air is just slightly heavier. There's a slight distortion, and you kind of notice it as well as your own voices are echoing back and forth next to the bars of teeth of stalactite and stalagmite. That there's almost like a heaviness in the air that seems to be dampening the sound traveling back and forth. Maybe an effect of whatever anti-magic field seems to be projecting into your little cell. But you can just about make out the muffled breathing on the other side now that you know to kind of look in that direction and really focus your hearing on it. They're definitely there, but they're not responding.
Jingles,
They seem to be
ask them
ignoring you.
speak to their supervisor, their manager, if you will.
I shall try, but it may not work. It seems that they're very ignorant bastards.
Ah,
As I spoke to them and they did not reply.
oh,
Maybe you need to charm them a bit.
Yes, bring on that like sort of give them the big old kitten eyes. They might be able to see us. I don't know.
We do it together.
Yes, give them the old Puss in Boots.
Our heads just come over and give me kitten eyes.
Go ahead and give me, I don't know, if you're just doing natural, I guess persuasion, performance, I'll even let you do deception. I don't know, some form of charisma skill. I'll even let you do intimidate if you want. Okay, so it's just pieces of the puzzle doing...
I'm gonna do
Jinxie's
the
leaving me out to
performance.
goddamn dry here.
Oh, Jesus.
Jinxie is just looking the opposite direction.
It's dark. I can't see shit. They could have been on the other side. Logic
Okay.
dictates they could.
So, unbeknownst to everyone, including Jinxie, they're just not actually looking at the right direction. Somehow. They've gotten themselves turned around while I'm just imagining you still on the hanging from the bar. But you're just looking like horizontal to the bar, so you're looking at the wall opposite rather than through the bars.
There's a lot going on. It's
Yep. Meanwhile, piece of the puzzle is just are you still down on the ground, just kind of squeezing your face through the stalactite bars, just kind of doing giant eyes? Is that what's happening here?
I was trying to be next to Jinky, so I'm looking one way, he's looking the other way. I'm looking to where I can, hear the things coming from.
Okay. Let's look at my wisdom save. Let me double check what their wisdom is, see if they're susceptible to this. Okay. Maybe I'm just gonna give them a flat. I was trying to think if they'd get proficiency or anything, but they don't have proficiency in wisdom normally. Oh. No, these guys should have proficiency. One second, I need to double check something, because I gave them some special features. Do they
One of them
get...
having a heart. Look at
No.
those big eyes.
I want to see what their saving throws were. Okay, so one of them is wisdom, so they do get a saving throw proficiency, which makes it 15. No, okay, I'm going to put... They failed the DC of 18. They had a chance. Actually, there's two of them. I'm going to see if the other one thingy, just so I can have a good moment of just one of them going to, thingy you, and the other being like, no.
Yep, check that.
So you hear a sudden, exhaustion of breath. A gust of breath as, in a language you cannot understand, but that Jinxie understands to be, oh, they're kind of cute! And you hear the very, very muffled sound, almost like you're listening to it through water or something, of footsteps kind of approaching you and actually not being that far away. Even with the distortion, you're pretty sure it must be close to the bars themselves, maybe only a foot or two away. before suddenly you kind of hear a more hurried voice. Oh, wait, what are you doing? Get away from the bars! What are you doing? No, Captain says not to interact with the savages. Get back. Don't know what they might do. Might eat you.
Meow.
Oh, but you kind of cute, don't you? Don't. I'll get the captain. Don't maybe get the captain. As you hear the footsteps kind of approaching away, or retreating.
Jinxie would say to Robin and piece of the puzzle. So, two things. One, they think we're savages. Don't know why. And two, they think you're cute.
Well, at least we know they have taste.
I mean, I can't see you, but you're a tabaxi, so that's a given.
I don't understand how they can think we're savages. They're clearly the savages.
Good. I don't know, but that's what they called us.
Maybe they heard your talk on lizard folk.
How can they?
Yeah, you don't speak for us. We want a different lawyer.
Well, they clearly don't speak the common tongue, so they're clearly the savages.
Do you think you can entice them over? I mean, is there anything like did I think they were close enough to grab? Or
Quite possibly for the one who got the closest. It would be at the very edge of your longer tabaxi reach. Maybe just a tiny bit out of it. You might be able to get it if you had 10-foot reach, but it'd be pushing it to try and get 5 foot.
we need a plan. This,
I mean, could definitely do the get help.
okay, which one will be the? Oh god, it's going to be me, isn't it? Because they think I'm cute. And Jinx is the only one that can understand them.
I mean,
Ah, son of a bitch.
yeah, Jinx is maybe the only one that could actually communicate with these things.
I could try to be more cuter.
I mean,
Use
I'm
my
happy enough.
feminine ways.
I don't think lizards tend to, or lizards, in my experience, tend to eat cats rather than be aroused by them.
In your experience, this is the case, yes?
Yes.
So, where are you from again?
Oh, I'm from near where the elves live. In Highgarden, have you heard of it?
And many lizard folk and tabaxi in Highgarden?
No, I mean cats and lizards.
What do you mean cats and lizards?
Like, I don't know.
Are you calling us cats?
Well, yes, you're cats, aren't you?
Oh, tabaxi, what the hell, cat? I don't call you monkey.
Well, no, because I don't
We're
look like a monkey.
cat-like.
You are cat people.
And you a monkey man.
I don't look like a monkey though. You actually look like a cat.
I mean, if he shaved a monkey,
Why would you shave a monkey?
why would you not?
That'd be weird.
Weirder than having cats and lizards attack each other?
Yes.
Okay, we will have a talk when we escape.
We'll have
I think
a serious
yes.
talk.
I think we need to have some kind of intervention about this. Or, you know, one of us gets left in the jungle alone, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna climb back up, try the big eyes again, and then go. "Ah!" and fall down like I've been attacked by something.
I was gonna say I was gonna attempt to woo them.
Oh, we were ahead.
Despite what some people may say about lizard folk. One human's opinion.
I mean, if you feel up to it, belly dance away.
Why do you think belly dancing?
I mean, what other seductive
Wait.
dance is there?
Do elves belly dance?
Of course they do. It's part of their mating
not-
rituals.
That'd be a performance check.
Yes, go ahead and give me a performance check.
I am so fascinated by elf mating rituals now.
I'm so fascinated by where the hell Rob Locke learned any of this. Somebody's been pulling his leg.
Those elves, man.
He's been trained like Wimplo.
They had what? They had a +8 to their wisdom saves. Okay.
Damn it!
To be fair, this is for both of them. One of them fails. The other succeeds. I'm very sure hilarious. It's the same order too. Was it the same order? Yeah. So it's the first one failed and the second one succeeded. Okay. I just wanted to see if it was the same guy again. So this guy, also now fascinated by your group, apparently really taking an interest in these people who seem to be, they're not as savage as he's been told. Kind of, you hear the muffled sound of someone coming closer, and I'm assuming you're doing this in such a way that you're kind of like clearly visible at the get-go and initially, and then as you kind of hear a footstep or two, you start kind of like drifting backwards into the cave, kind of getting where you believe the bars to be kind of in the way, forcing someone to come closer to kind of see you, kind of slowly drawing them in.
So I'm wearing standard robes now. We had the cloak and some jewellery, but just ordinary robes, sort of like toga, like, and left paw on the back of my head, right paw on my right hip, swinging hips side to side and slowly edging backwards as he's getting closer.
What is that gif of Dobby? Dear God.
I've not seen Harry Potter, so I don't know. And
No, I meant the one that TR
periodically.
put in Discord.
Yeah, that's a fan made thing. It's not actually part of the film.
Look at that. It's just
Yeah, because he's fucking way taller.
legs are so weird. Why is he so tall? All right. Anyway, back to D&D. As you successfully lure one of the guards forward, as the other one is kind of like, wait, don't get. Oh god damn it! You're gonna get us in trouble for this. Look. If you get your face eaten off, it's not my goddamn fault. I'm not taking the blame for the. Oh, they're not savages. Look, this one's doing some sort of strange, like ritual dance. You're the one that can understand me, right? What is this? Is this
I can indeed.
so hypnotizing? As he now
If you
has
do
stepped
something for us, I'll do
Tipped up.
something for you.
Shit.
Gal's gotta do what Gal's gotta do.
What? How do you understand her language?
My last occupation? I learned a few languages through that.
I see. And is it true that you came here to eat our children?
No,
Oh, that's
I can categorically say that we are not here to eat anybody's children,
that's interesting.
unless maybe it's caviar.
No, that's what
That doesn't really count.
that's what the That's what we've been told. Is that, you're here to steal and plunder and eat our children.
No, I can assure you that is not why we're here.
What? Why?
We
Why
don't
are
even
you?
know where we are.
What? What do you mean? You're in the city of Taro Falls under the command of King Rex himself. How do you
I
not know
can't
where you
speak for
are?
my friends, but I have no idea of who he is or where. We woke up all groggy and in a dark place. Can't see anything. Nothing but the clothes on our back.
Oh yes, that will.
Jingles, have you asked them to turn on the lights yet?
Not yet. I'm just trying to establish that we're not here to eat their children.
Why would we? I
I
mean,
very pointedly look at where Robin is in the dark.
lizard egg omelette is quite nice, but
Shh, He had it once. It's the elves. It seems to be a thing.
depends on if they can actually understand.
We don't
common.
really know him that well. Just about a month or two.
What are you talking about? What are your allies saying?
He's talking a load of rubbish. Just ignore him. We try to do that, but it's not easy sometimes.
I see.
Robin's going to employ the age-old talk slower and louder. Light! Turn light on!
Can't understand you. It's like
That's what I was
he's
thinking.
asking if you could turn the lights on, please.
Oh.
The most
No.
sensible thing you said for a while.
That will be the suppression magic.
Suppression magic.
Yes, it's a standard precaution against savages. There's no telling what strange magic or weaponry you may have on you.
Oh, none now. And we're not savages.
Well, you'll understand that I only have your word to go on that, and we did, or at least I wasn't there, but from what I heard in the common room, the guards room, they did capture you while trying to stake out one of our outposts. Presumably looking for children to eat.
No, not for children to eat. It was maybe for some shelter? Not sure. Brain's still fuzzy.
Wait, so are you not in league with the dark spirits?
No.
Oh. Are you in league with the good spirits?
I'm trying to be.
If someone
Wait,
asks you if you're a god, say yes.
I mean,
Didn't
I
quite
don't want to
ask
agree
that.
with him, but I agree with them.
Oh, well, look, are you done talking to this one yet? You know the captain's gonna be by any minute, right now, right? To check on us. He catches you talking to the savages. He's gonna demote you to sewer duty. Yeah, he's right. I should probably get back to my post before the captain arrives.
Think it might be a good idea for me to explain our side of the story to your captain.
I don't
Tell
know.
him that we mean no harm to them or your children,
Well, look,
or
see if
even King Rex.
there's not really an easy way to do that. If I go tell him that the savages want to talk, he's gonna ask me how do you know that, and I'm gonna have to explain to him that I disobeyed orders and talk to the savages, and I don't really want to get into trouble. This is my I've only been on the job for a couple turns of the river rotation. I don't wanna. I kind of need this in order to get a good rationing.
You could just say that it was very demanding and I wouldn't shut up until I did speak to someone in authority.
Look, no, that would still imply me kind of confessing to doing something wrong. I hope you understand. I'm sure it's similar wherever you're from. Do they have civilization wherever you're from?
Yes,
Ah,
we're quite civilized actually.
like little huts or...
Now we had churches as well. Stone.
Oh, you have shrines to the spirits?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty advanced actually. I mean, to be fair, we kind of noticed that you developed textiles, which is always quite impressive, coming across savages with textiles. But, oh, you have shrines too, that's pretty cool. Oh, anyway, I better get back to my post. If you could keep it down, you know, and tell your friend to stop shouting, that'd be great, thanks.
Lights!
I will try, but he's very stubborn.
This, you kind of hear the sound of footsteps turning and preparing to leave.
Is he leaving? Where's he going?
Apparently the captain's coming and he doesn't want to get in trouble with the captain.
Okay.
So you've got us an interview with the captain. Good, Jinxie. Good. Well done.
Well done.
No, apparently that's too difficult. Because it's about him conspiring with us when he shouldn't, and he's just thinking about himself. Quite selfish, if you ask me.
Honestly, that is fine, but we know when we hear steps, we start talking in all the languages, so we don't get him in trouble. Okay? That's what we do, like before, but, Robin, less talk of eating lizard eggs.
Why? They're delicious.
Yes, but
That's his maybe,
possibly not here.
but not in front of the lizards. They
Yeah.
already think we're here to eat their babies
Why did
and
they? I mean,
plunder their
Wait,
riches.
what?
Yes, that's what he was just telling me. That's the reason why we're here. King Rex, which is their king, has told them all we're savages here to eat their babies and plunder everything here,
I mean,
and
not
just
here.
that we're really bad.
I mean, depends on what they have to plunder, but
I mean, and for that I would agree, but the baby thing is hard,
Yes.
maybe.
I
Like, I
I
am open to
emphatically
try
told
things, I'm just
them-
saying hard, maybe.
I emphatically told them that we weren't savages, and that we're definitely not here to eat anybody's babies.
Yeah, you know, in hindsight, I really should have made you do a deception check for that one.
Maybe on the way out. Okay, I understand. We grab one to go.
But as the footsteps start retreating away from you, clearly taking up a poster position somewhere slightly further away in the room.
Okay, so shall we just wait until the captain comes?
I suppose so.
Seems about the only thing we can do at this moment.
I mean, not unless you fancy getting shot again.
No, I really didn't like that. It was a real pain in the neck.
Did it hit you in the neck?
Yes.
As
Goddamn your puns.
as you settle in, time seems to pass slowly. The room's still silent with that kind of heavy feeling, the heavy pressure in the air.
Oh,
that
Madonna's
high
here. Oh god, they're gonna torture us now.
A good couple minutes turn into 10, 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes as time seems to stretch on until eventually the party kind of just, I imagine at this point, meditating, presumably not talking and listening and trying to actually hear it for the arrival of new footsteps.
Oh no, Robin's singing to himself.
I think we would, Jinxie and Piece of the Puzzle would be having severe words with Robin.
Luckily, even with disadvantage, your passive perceptions are so goddamn high. Even with the negative
I mean,
5 from
mine's
Robin
16.
muttering.
but
Well, that's
27.
Jinxie doesn't hear the new arrival, but piece of the puzzle, even over Robin's muttering, bringing your passive down to 22. You hear the sound of footsteps, a little bit larger, a little bit heavier than the previous ones that you heard, and obviously a little bit further away as they come into more range, echoing what appears to be, sounds almost like more mason stone. There's that more solid feeling. There's not as much crunch as you would expect from like the sound of foot on natural stone, like you've been hearing your allies around you, which you seem to be on natural cave floor. The arrival of this figure, and you hear a kind of deeper, gruffer voice than even the more grisliness of the other two. Echo out, and Jinxie, you're able to comprehend. A little bit difficult with Robin still muttering and humming away.
They'll be periodically telling me shut up so I can hear properly.
The new arrival utter in uncommon. The status report. Nothing, Captain. No, they've been well behaved. Yeah, well behaved. All right. Didn't eat someone's face off. All good, I suppose.
And I start drumming along with the drums we can hear, just on the floor.
You can go ahead and give me a performance check.
Robin would hear that and join in.
Go ahead and give me a advantage performance check. Whoever has the highest performance.
I have a +1, so if you have better than that.
Nope.
I mean, I have a +2, but
Robin?
No, I've only got a +1.
Well, then TR, since you initiate it.
Yep, checks out.
Yeah, you cannot keep a rhythm to save your life. There's something almost like you're technically like mechanically mimicking along, but there's something lacking, some soul, some essence, some pattern or some feeling or energy that you're not quite capturing in it. You're just back.
he's in a prison, he's going to be slightly depressed.
Yeah.
There's just
Oh,
no
This is
energy
what my
there.
ex-wife used to say, I have no rhythm. The rhythm is never going to get me.
The conversation continues, and just completely ignoring wherever the hell's happening in the cells. The prisoner's just banging against the floor.
Robin, start talking in your languages.
Hello there. Hello. Yeah.
Then I do mine. Hello, 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 hello.
The savages seem to be a noisy lot this
I'm at Jinxie.
time around.
I quietly whisper Puzzle and Robin. It's like, they think we're noisy.
Yeah, speak out loud in whatever they're talking in, man.
Woman.
Look at them and their savage tongue. How chaotic and unintelligible it is in these weird foreign languages that we do not understand.
Like, here's one that you may understand.
There's silence on the other end.
Now that I have your attention,
Lights.
we're under here. We're here under false pretenses.
Again, silence. They don't seem to be responding to you, but they do. There's almost like a waiting silence, as if they are listening.
Lights.
This is where we find out how good the players' negotiating skills are.
Yeah.
They are non-existing negotiating skills.
God damn it, Jinxie. Come on. We trust you.
In Jinxie we trust.
Start with a joke.
That's how you that's how you ease the scene. You get captured by a foreign power, foreign entity. Just crack a joke. That'll do it.
Hey, Jinxie, repeat after me. Knock, knock.
Knock knock.
No response.
Okay. Like, then you say in whatever you're talking, who's there?
Who's there?
Lettuce.
Lettuce.
Let us out, please.
Let us out, please. Yeah, it's funny, wasn't it? Yeah, come on, you gotta laugh at that.
I mean, I
It's a
thought it was
classic.
good. Suppose the problem is they may not know what lettuce is.
I mean, if they're lizards, they may need meat, so...
Yeah, but lettuce on a nice burger.
Oh, they might not have burgers. They might not even cook their food.
Who doesn't have burgers?
I mean, yeah, to be honest, every culture has a burger. I'm sure even elves have some weird kind of burger.
Most elves are vegetarians or vegans.
At this, you hear the more gruffer voice utter. It's like a tarot parrot. It seems to have learned to mimic our language, but evidently there's no sentience behind it. Nothing but savages.
Oh, there's sentience there. I'll have
Seems
you know.
to pretend to speak, and yet the words, they come out in just jungled mess. Well, it has at least mimicked a few phrases that seems to be coherent. Shame about the rest. I'll report this, though, to our... Or to those
I was nice, but now it's time not to be nice. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smells of elderberries.
There's silence for a moment. Nonsense words. It speaks
No, I
nonsense.
have that on good authority.
I wonder if it's mad. The phrases it utters makes no sense. Keep up the watch
Your
and do not forget.
underling over there with you told me so.
And this you hear like a little panic, like a little oh! Yes, sir. It speaks nonsense. Utter nonsense. Yep. Yeah. It doesn't seem to have any intelligence behind it. Nope. What even is an elderberry? Who knows? Who knows? It's clearly just mimicking us like tarot parrots do. Yes, that's what I just said. Anyway, keep me posted, and if there's any developments, and obviously if they get too unruly or quiet, feel free to put them down. Until next watch, and the how did you guys pick like the most archaic like nonsense phrases? Just say, I can't. Oh god, when you break the DM from your such a. I can't
You
believe
know,
that.
diplomacy is not our strong point.
Jeez. You actually have someone who understands the language, and you went with archaic phrases that make no sense out of context.
I'm trying to break the ice.
I was trying to be verbally abusive to get him to actually talk to me and then have a civilized conversation with him.
It's a shame he didn't understand half the words you used. He starts walking away, you hear the footsteps retreating.
I mean, Jinxie, just say something like, let us out. We are human. Oh, I'm human. Therefore, best. Say that you are cat
You are
people.
mistaken. We are not savages. We are not here to eat your children or plunder any of King Rex's treasures.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check. If you fail this, he is walking away. Let's see if your character is better at this than the players.
Persuasion, there we are. Come on.
Just set it at 13.
10.
Oh,
Damn
no.
it!
Oh, did you hear footsteps walking away?
God, can I use my inspiration to get Neil to re-roll it?
Yes, you may use your destiny to manipulate
I
destiny.
can use mine.
Either way is fine. Roll better.
Roll better, Neil.
Well, unfortunately, this plan has failed. You're gonna have to come up with another. As the captain of the supposed guards, as you seem to be in a cell, begins retreating away, you hear his footsteps echoing off the stone walls, leaving behind the silence of the room and presumably the 2 guards remaining.
Jinxie shouts over to them and says, "Well, originally we weren't gonna be scratching and biting your face off, but now I'm reconsidering that."
You hear a little like, ha! See, I told you they were savages. Told you
No,
they'd bite
just
your face off.
annoyed.
Yeah.
Like, do you fight because you're a savage?
As you hear nothing, silence. They seem to have gone back to their pose and the orders of not
Exactly.
communicating with the
You fight
prisoners.
because you have to.
Robin's gonna start feeling around this cave a bit more, to see if there's like any doorways or any. Because we had to get into this cave sometime.
You did. Well, you would have had to, yes. Makes sense. As you do so, though, give me a survival check. Oh, and what are you?
I'm human.
You are. Do you have proficiency in nature?
Nature, no.
No. As you're feeling around, you spend a decent amount of time. You're seemingly under no rush. You don't need to like try and rush your way through this, so you can spend a little bit of time really making sure you kind of map out this small cave that you're in. And as you go about doing so, you don't feel anything unnatural along the other edges of the walls or the ceilings or the floor. There's like a slight divot in the floor. It kind of tilts into like a shallow bowl. You're almost in like a really kind of elongated cave. And eventually you make it around to the other side, back to the bars of stalactites and stalagmites, and you're feeling your way along there. And as you kind of feel the kind of edges between the teeth and the ground, you notice that with a 19, it's really hard to notice, and you're not quite sure what it means, but there's a slight difference in texture almost between the stalagmite teeth themselves and the ground. The ground is much more dusty and kind of much more pockmarked and much more natural, whereas the stalagmites seem to be just a little bit smoother than that. Not quite polished or manufactured in any way, but just a little bit more unnatural, a little bit more kind of sanded down almost.
Damn it.
What this means, no idea.
So Robin's gonna like run his hand up one of the stalactites or stalagmites, and see if he can like break the tip off.
Okay. So you kind of like run it all the way up, find like a nice like thin weak point. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Strength check.
I assume you're just gonna go like a thumb's width
Yeah.
one.
No.
No, that's some really solid stalactite or stalagmite.
I don't believe these stalagmites and stalactites are even made out of rock. They must be some kind of dwarven metal.
It's gonna walk over to where he is and just start feeling as well. Just like, maybe you are right. Is there any like gaps around the bottom I can kind of jab in a part of my thieves' tools to try and wedge around?
They're not. It seems to be one solid slab of stone from the ground to the stalagmite themselves. It's only that slight texture change that's noticeable. There's no edges or roundness to it. It doesn't look like they've been placed there. It looks like they have grown out of the ground.
If I can get there, I will try to move it.
Yeah, just like kind of pushing against the stone.
Yeah.
You can attempt to. What's your strength score?
It's 13.
13. Unfortunately, with that low a strength score, you wouldn't be able to budge it. You can try and like attack it and chip it away, but obviously this will result in a very noticeable action of you trying to break out. But if just kind of leaning against it and pushing it, you don't feel any budge.
I'm just having a look to see if there's anything in my features that I can do.
Not in a magical
If I push
field.
and
No,
one
I'm
of
looking
you
for abilities rather than
pulls,
magical stuff.
it might move.
If you're just pushing and pulling like normally next to it, with your strength score, it won't move.
No,
You're
it's
pretty.
thinking one on one side, pulling me on the other side, pushing, so it's still going in the one direction. You know, to the sides.
Oh, with somebody else's help to like kind of
Yeah.
straddle either side. Maybe it depends what the strength scores of your allies are. Unfortunately, none of you are barbarians.
Nope.
We will
I think
have
the 7's
worse.
the next highest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will try it with my -2.
What happens when
Yeah!
you put a?
Oh! It's still bad, but it's...
Yeah, I was going to say,
It's the best you can
Robin
do.
and Peace together equals Jinx's strength score.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Natural 20. It's a shame natural 20s don't automatically mean success on a skill check.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Alas, you get a good like you're pulling with Jinxie's. I guess Jinxie also give me a strength check as well, since piece of the puzzle seems to have found a really good like leverage point.
Yeah. 18 as well.
Oh.
Interesting. Let's see. One of you is kind of hugging it, the other is kind of leaning against it. You're also both ganged up on it though, so I'm gonna give a wisdom check to see if the other two notice something is up, given that you're both hugging the same, like, stalagmite. They have shown it's not a save. Do they get proficiency in insight to understand what it is you're actually trying? They do get insight and they are guards, so that would make sense. So let's see if they can figure out what you're doing. As you're kind of pushing and pulling, you do hear a slight cracking sound, just a hairline. But if you were continue to do this for a couple more minutes, the two of you, you might be eventually able to break this tooth out. Question is, do you have enough time to do so? Ooh. A 15 and a 16 insight. Let's have piece of the puzzle and Jinxie give me some form of either deception or performance to see how much you can like make this not obvious that you're trying to like break out a pillar.
I mean, Robin would
Um,
also be like talking and
Distracting.
making noise and being distracting in general.
Yeah, go ahead and have advantage, Jinxie and Peace. I'm gonna
Advantage.
Robin, so proficient at being annoying, giving you both a help action.
He'd just be going, hey, 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 you, hey, hello, hey, you.
Let me tell you about lizard folk.
But that's a piece of the puzzle. Pretty good. So it'll be 17, which beats their 15 and 16 just.
Nope.
And a 15, which status quo, they were watching you. So unfortunately, the other two kind of notice Jinxie, and as they kind of piece of the puzzle seems to have like kind of gotten low. I imagine piece of the puzzle is one kind of pulling on it and is ever so slightly kind of just out of line of sight from the two of them. But the two of them do kind of look over and see Jinxie kind of like, imagine like really kind of a little bit huffing and puffing as they're kind of like really leaning into one of that, to the point where there's a little bit of red in your face, a little bit of your veins popping as they kind of, hey, Hey, get away from the pillar. Finally breaking
Why?
their silence, and it's
I
the
like
one who seems
pillars.
to have disregarded the two. Get back! And we'll
I'm not
shoot.
doing anything wrong.
3,
You're the one
2.
that screwed me over.
What? Just shoot them.
The captain won't be happy about that.
Since they can see you, but they're unable to. Technically, I need to actually ask this because you're no longer technically like surprised. Do any of you have the alert feat?
Yes.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Robin?
I
Is there any reason an unseen attacker would not have advantage against
I
you?
believe yes, I do have the alert feat.
Oh, it's a shame that you're not being the one shot. Well, so Jinxie, whoa. Natural 20 straight to the neck.
Oh, god damn it.
Luckily, you're immune to the poison damage. But that is going to be 11 piercing damage. And second shot, since there's 2 of them shooting at you, technically has the reload feature, and they're just doing a warning shot. So for the first round, I'm just gonna do 1
Warning
round.
shot?
Yeah, they're telling you to get back. Clearly, the first one didn't down you, so they're having to like shoot you twice now. Just
I
as a
clearly
warning.
don't understand the concept of a warning shot.
26 to hit, which I assume hits.
Yes.
Be amazed if it didn't somehow.
So would I.
6 more piercing damage. As do you stop what you are doing? Get back, or you'll get 2. You get 4 more of these. Will it be Jinxie?
Let us hold back for a minute. Let them get complacent again, and then we go again.
Jinxie will
Nope.
give a screech at them and grudgingly move away.
That's very easy. So, fortunately, without the combined might of both of you on this pillar, it does not budge any further. But you are pretty sure you've weakened it, and successfully, if there was some imaginary tick box of needing 3 checks to break a pillar, succeeded at one of the 3 checks.
If only.
If only. Assuming you go back to front. However, they seem to be a little bit more wary of what you're doing, and might now be aware that you seem to have a just natural interest in this one pillar.
I'm going to speak to Robin in Thieves' Camp. Well, actually, no, I can speak. They don't speak common, do they? Right.
They haven't shown any indication that they understand you.
Okay, I'm going to speak to Robin in Thieves' Camp then and say, "Give me your shirt."
This is custom. It's embroidered.
I don't care.
CRL here, right on my chest.
I still don't care. Is it silk?
Yes.
Okay. Useful to know for later, potentially. Oh, actually, useful to know now. Yes, give me your shirt.
Why?
Because myself and Jinxie are going to do something very stupid, and I'm going to take off my shirt as well.
Are you going to pee on it?
On my shirt, no, but on your shirt, yes.
For the audience at home or who may be rewatching this in the future, just to explain the context of what's happening here, the characters cannot see due to the suppression of spirit magic that is suppressing their sight. So for all intents and purposes, they are blinded rather than in darkness. The guards, who have full visibility and watching the lit up room, is just watching the 3 prisoners removing their shirts.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Just glancing at each other, being like, "What is this?"
Jinxie, you take off your shirt as well.
I mean, I didn't have Jinxie with a shirt on.
I mean, take off something we can use, okay?
Like, I suppose I could rip some of the bottom of my toga off.
Right, so what my plan is is Robin's shirt is going to be in the middle.
Okay.
We're going to tie my shirt to one side of it, Jinxie's bit to the other side of it. We're going to pee on his shirt
Okay.
because silk, when it's wet, is incredibly strong.
Mhm.
And what my plan is both Jinxie and I being
The strongest.
being Tabaxi, what we're going to do is just hook it over the top of the stalactite and both Tabaxi run as fast as we can to try and jerk the stalagmite a bit so it cracks a bit more.
Okay. Alright, it could work.
All of
Maybe.
these things are true and can happen.
Yeah. You can
No,
bend
yeah,
metal
that's
bars
fair.
with silk, yeah.
Yes, you absolutely can.
I mean, I will give you advantage for the leverage of the effectively is what you're doing.
Well, because we're just pelting forward and we're just going to, yank it with us, would you let us make dex checks instead of strength checks?
I don't know. It doesn't matter how quickly you run if you're like tied off to something. It's still your
Well-
strength that's gonna be pulling it.
Well, no, it's not, because it's the sudden stop of us two flying forward and that sudden jerk. It's not strength, it's how quickly we can go from A to B and then this jerks forward. It's not a pulling motion, it's a jerk motion.
Okay, okay. It is creative enough that I will allow it.
God damn it.
If you roll a natural one for this dex check, we will murder you in your sleep. He
If
says-
I do, I can sort that now.
Fully prepared to roll a natural one myself.
It just helps to know your abilities and what you can do.
In a non-magical field, not a lot. So,
Not
straight
when
ass.
you can
Oh,
re-roll
19
thing.
for straight ass dex check.
No, not that one.
Alright, so as your plan goes underway and you bolt forward, doing it as quickly as obviously possible, or like enacting your plan as quickly as possible before the guards can catch on to what the hell you're doing. Again, you rush forward, throw over the loop that you need, and bolt the other side as quickly as possible.
Is a 13 enough to do it?
Would you like to do anything before I announce the results?
Did you use your inspiration for the last one? Because I used my one for this one.
Yes, I
Urgency.
did.
Then I will use mine for this one for you, man. Reroll.
I was thinking about using lucky, but
Either or.
Yeah, technically lucky would be more appropriate since destiny points can do a little bit more than rerolling, such as like convenience checks.
Then lucky away.
whatever.
Or at least like modify how things work, whereas lucky can't like twist reality.
I
Can just
mean, we
reroll.
use it.
Oh Jesus, fuck!
Sweet Lord of mercy. Is it not enough we pissed on Robin's shirt?
I never said you failed. I just said, would you like to do anything before I announce the results? You technically have to decide before you know if you succeed or fail.
Oh, it was an 8. I didn't see that. I just saw the 5. I was like, ah.
Murdered in your sleep.
But yes, as you all bolt forward, with your combined check above 30, you hear a snap as the rock twists and bends a little bit more. Not fully, not being completely broken or dislodged, but enough to succeed on the second break check. As the two guards, however, also suddenly bolt to attention, hearing the second crack, and the fact that you've just looped the piece of piss-stained cloth or silk around the same pillar are going to immediately kind of dart to either side and take up defensive positions with their blowguns pointed towards the two of you. As for all intents and purposes, I'm going to need initiative for everyone. Which one second? I actually, because this will matter as to who gets to go first if they shoot the living shit out of you before you can get your third check off. Let me. If everyone can go to the blank characters slate and rename a character sheet to your characters' names.
Let's see.
Character sheet. There we go.
I will do all this for the initiative.
No, better not change the one that says Robin.
It now says peace.
Yeah.
You all clicked on the first one.
Yeah.
I'll go for that one then.
You better not went for the third one.
No, I'll wait for the fourth.
Yeah. So I
Half
went
of
for the
me
third
wanted to
one.
rename that one as well. Just go down and rename them all.
Would be quite funny.
Oh, as a free action, can I hand Robin back his Bissane shirt?
Well, it's very depends if you want to
Used
use
to
it
give you
for
it back.
the third check or not. You still haven't completely broken it, so I'm assuming you're going to do some weird
At
acrobatic.
least he could get buried in his shirt.
All right, your name should all now be just under the quest ledger.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click on your name and roll initiative while I roll initiative for the two guards. Interesting, they have more strength than they have dex. Do they have any reason for advantage? Nope.
Oh, alright. They're above.
Ooh!
They're still slower than us though.
Since there's only two of them.
9.
We'll say guard
Good,
one.
somebody else is going to get shot first.
Guard 1 and Guard 2. Guard 1 being the one who was interacting and seems to be a little bit more fascinated by the two of you. And Guard 2, the one who's pretty sure you're savages and going to eat somebody's face off. Okay,
And babies.
Robin. As the guards suddenly get into position, you feel the dread and anticipation of combat that you're so familiar with being Tier 3 adventurers. You are very intimately familiar with that deathly silence right before you're about to get shot the living hell out of. As the guards have taken a standing stance, their feet suddenly echoing as they hit hard against the pavement to get into their firing stance. What would you like to do? Still blinded in darkness, presumably standing off to the side of this cave.
Robin is gonna essentially try rugby tackle this stalagmite.
Ooh.
And so he's gonna run and essentially, jump at it and try break it and jump at it.
The DC has been lowered from the 2 successful breaks. What is your strength modifier?
Modifier -2.
Ooh, unfortunately, go ahead and give me a strength check. Let's see how badly this goes. Unfortunately, while it has
That's
been,
actually quite good.
while it has been lowered, it has not been lowered enough as you slam into it and are immediately bounced and knocked back off from the impact. Not enough to sustain any damage. You have an aching shoulder, obviously.
Ow!
But it wasn't bad enough to impale yourself or bruise significantly.
That didn't work. Can you do anything else? And that
if you're going,
I can't. I mean,
that is your action to fully barge into.
yeah. Bonus action is just like your standard stuff.
To the back of the cave.
Object interaction. Just swing from it.
I'm just gonna move back into the cave.
That's fair. piece of a puzzle. You two get to act before a hail of darts packs the party. What would you like to do?
How close does it sound like one of the guards is to this broken one?
Not particularly. They are using ranged attacks, and while they've gone off to the sides to get a vantage point, they've not needed to come closer.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, provoke them into a very dangerous scenario in which they can just shoot you as many times as they need to with darts, while you are trapped in a cell.
Stalagmite, has it moved so there's more space to squeeze through?
A little bit. Not much, but given that you are a tabaxi, and I'm just gonna go with cat logic here.
Cats are liquid.
Sure. Yeah, you're liquid enough that with a successful enough dexterity check, you might be able to slip out.
Oh, then I'm going to do the old tabaxi, run up the wall and try and leap through the hole.
Give me a dexterity check. This is quite a difficult maneuver, more so than the
19.
breaking.
So,
It's unfortunately going to be. I'm not going to tell you what the DC was. Only that, unfortunately, you have not succeeded as you run at it, but get a little bit lodged into it. Well, you get a little bit lodged into it, very easily retract. You've not failed enough to get stuck in it, but you're not successfully past the bars.
oh.
Oh,
Okay.
now you're trapped.
I'm not trapped.
Not trapped. If they'd rolled low enough, below a 10, they would have been trapped.
It's like you're a sitting cat now. For 2 guards.
That's fair. They already have advantage. There's only so much advantage they can get.
I don't think I've got any bonuses that I can actually do. Oh, if I reach out from where I'm kind of wiggling, does the anti-magic field stretch that far? Or is it just the inside?
Interesting. Give me a roll a d20 for a fate die. It's possible that if you stretch enough, you might just get to the edge. I'm gonna say it's 8 feet above, beyond your cave. Unfortunately, you did not roll far enough. You need above a 15 for it to be within reach. It is. It extends 8 feet beyond the prison cells.
Okay, then I will but just disengage and try and cunning action hide at the back of the cave somehow. Which is impossible because it's a brightly lit cave for them. But you know, I'm doing my best.
That's fair.
There might be a shadow somewhere.
There is not. Well, technically there is actually, because I've got a nice scene in mind for how it looks. But anyway,
the shadow.
guard 1 is going to take his stance, and guard 1 was the one who'd been a little bit inclined by this, and you know, starting to feel maybe a little bit bad about about Jinxie constantly getting hit. So and you know,
So
kind
they
of,
should.
you know, they feel it's a little unfair that Jinxie is constantly being shot when clearly this other creature, this other cat-like tabaxi creature is also involved. So is gonna shoot the piece of a puzzle. With his now that they are doing their full turns and not just warning shots, they do get 2 attacks per turn. That is a natural 20 to hit a piece of the puzzle.
Hey, that hits me.
So that is going to be 10 piercing damage.
Okay.
And are you immune to poison?
I was waiting for this bit.
No.
No, then I'm going to need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, it's my weakest one. Oh, I'll take that though.
An 18 succeeds, so you only take half damage and are not partially rendered unconscious. So it's a
He's got a little tummy ache
3d6.
now.
You take 9. Oh, that's somehow lower than the piercing. 9 poison damage
Okay.
as he fires a second shot at you for an a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, easily.
For 6 more piercing damage and another Constitution saving throw. Oh, sorry, that was half of the 9. You succeeded, so you take 4 poison damage for the previous one.
Okay.
And another Constitution saving throw for this one as well. Luckily, while it doesn't pack.
Oh!
Nice. Then you only take 5 poison damage. And luckily for you, you made it, because while they don't deal too much of a punch, they do have a nasty side effect if you fail. But that is guard 1, as guard 2 is going to come in, unfortunately for Jinxie, going ahead of them, and is more than happy. Seems to have taken a little bit of a vendetta, or a little bit of a spiteful dislike towards Jinxie. Almost wanting to prove his comrade right, is going to shoot Jinxie for a natural 20.
What the fuck?
I mean,
Welcome to today's
eyes.
session, where the
Good
GM
eyes.
has locked and blinded the
Oh, yeah,
party.
The backseaters were surrounded by them.
Yeah, I also hate to be that guy as well. When you hit piece of the puzzle with that crit, you should have also critted on the poison dice as well.
It doesn't, because it requires a saving throw.
Ah, fair.
Any dice roll that requires a saving throw does not get crit multiplier.
Ah. Fair
Yeah, it's actually why some of the lower end poisons won't require a con save. They'll just do extra poison damage. It's so that they can crit.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fascinating, right? So if you're ever wondering, do my crit dice double? Just ask yourself, well, does the other party get a saving throw against half the damage?
Fair enough. I did not know that.
The answer is no. You can crit. Yeah. However, you still take double the piercing damage. For that first one, as you take 10 piercing damage, and you are immune to the poison.
Nope.
As he comes in for that second
No, that was not another. God damn you!
I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't expect this to be so sadistic. I thought, it'll be a nice little change of pace. You'll have to break out. They'll have to beat up some guards, take back their equipment. It'll be over in half an hour. Maybe they'll just break it down. They'll talk their way out.
2 hours later, we're still in the cage.
Apparently,
That
I
was
should just
10
put
on
the
the
party.
first one, wasn't it?
It was 10 piercing damage for the first one, and let me check how much the second one's gonna be. Luckily, only 8 piercing for the second. It's a good thing you guys are all tier 3 of a decent amount of hit pools. Oh my god.
Unfortunately, I had good health.
Are you bloodied yet? What's your health at?
No, I'm at 66.
Okay, so you're probably not bloodied.
No,
unless,
not yet.
unless you had more than 130, which you might do at a...
I
if
had
you-
108.
108? Okay, so... Oh, you're only 10 or 20 away then from being bloodied.
Yeah.
If I accidentally killed all the characters in this one in itself, that'd be quite impressive. Jinxie, it is your turn. Can you finally escape, I wonder? What would you like to do? Would you like to try and break down? Would you like to try and dodge? Would you like to try and fit through the hole that Jinxie, that Peace couldn't make? What would you like to do, Jinxie?
Seeing we're in an anti-magic field,
Yes,
does that stop me from using my key points?
it does not.
Ah, thank God for that. I get a
Indeed.
break.
A natural ability that channels the flow of energy around you.
Okay. So, I'm gonna use Hands of Healing.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
I'm away of the Mercy Monk.
All right. Go for it. Does it require line of sight?
No, as an action you can spend one key point to touch a creature and restore 1d8 plus 1 8 hit point.
All right. Luckily, it does not say a creature you can see. Okay, so you're good to go.
1d8 plus 1.
Are you healing yourself, I hope?
Yes.
Thank God.
For 4. I'm not complaining.
All right, and that is your action to do so.
Yes. See bonus actions I can do. Uh,
Gonna make
okay,
the-
I'm gonna spend another key point to do flurry of blows on the stalactite.
And you do so if you've used your hands ability. Is that a special feature of your class?
It's if after you take the it's after you take the attack damage action. Sorry.
Yeah. Now you can still dodge, which you may want to do
Yeah.
at this stage.
Yeah, that's what I will do.
I'm also going to move everyone to a more appropriate map, given that this seems to be a slightly longer encounter than I was anticipating. I will add you all back to the initiative in a second.
Stop rolling nat 20s on your attacks. Things will be much easier.
That's not as fun.
What was that? 3 in a row?
Near enough.
Near enough.
3 out of
Both on
4.
me and 1 on Peace.
Uh-huh.
She's had 24. Robin had 26. And Jinxie had 9. There you go. Why do I have two pieces? Oops. Where's Jinxie? Oh, it's because I've accidentally copied Jinx piece over twice.
It's because we're triplets. It's like,
Say
it's two tabaxis.
9 and 24. Here we go, add you to the turn order. Alright. Anyway, going back to the top of the turn order, Robin, it is your turn, and you're the only party member who's not been attacked yet. What would you like to do?
So, Robin is again gonna try rugby tackle this stalagmite.
Alright, go ahead and give me another check.
Strength check, yeah.
Yep. Unless you're trying to potentially squeeze out, but that might be a higher check for you, given
I don't
that.
know if I like this circle that's appeared.
Oh, everything's just
I
disappeared.
really don't like why we've disappeared.
Yeah.
Gotta put this back to the map level. Oh, well, we got grid now.
Yeah, Robin's gonna try to squeeze through.
It's mostly just to get the stalactite teeth feel going. There you go.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, Robin's gonna try squeeze through the gap.
Alright, go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Dex check. Nope.
11.
Unfortunately, as you try to, for the one that's slightly more of a gape, you find that it would be practically impossible, maybe, or incredibly painful. You'd have to dislocate a couple things to squeeze through, and as you kind of push, you unfortunately aren't getting any leeway as you're unable to squeeze through.
Peace and Jinx could help him with that.
This one's got a little bit of a crack in it. Gotta get some visual imagery going on the map. What would you like to do with any bonus actions or anything else?
Bonus action. Yeah, there's not much he can do. He's gonna just stay there.
Right there. There you go. Get some guards. Guards just shooting at you. Okay, Peace. It is your turn. What would you like to do? You have been shot twice from your,
So-
your bank position.
Is Robin in the hole?
I'm assuming you guys have moving out of the way once you try.
Yeah.
Then I am going to go for it again. The only option.
All right, you're waiting for another dex check to try and slip your way through. Go for it.
Ah.
Unfortunately, ever so slightly out. Alrighty then. Is that your turn?
No, I'm gonna go behind Jinxie.
Fair. Okay, then we move to guard 1, and to be fair, they are. Ooh, doo-doo-doo. For some reason, my roll 20 is slowing down. There you go. We're gonna go back to guard 1, who has noticed that you know, Robin is also trying to get out, and at this point, I think they're just trying to render all of you unconscious. So is going to go ahead and make another shot against this time against Robin.
Okay.
Taking turns to attack you. Does a 22 hit?
Yep.
As he fires in at you for 6 piercing damage. Are you do you have immunity to poison?
Nope.
Then go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
And I have advantage on
Yeah.
this.
That's only 5.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh, you failed that so badly. Would you like
Yeah.
to do anything before I announce
You've got a
the result?
destiny point, haven't you?
I do, but I don't want to waste it on this. Yeah,
Fair, because I can sort your poison.
that's fine. So I'm taking the 5 poison, yeah?
You are taking the 5 poison, and because you failed it by more than 10, you immediately are not only gain the poisoned condition, while you are poisoned in this way, you fall unconscious.
Fair enough.
Oh, damn. That was just the first one?
Are
God,
you just
can't
going to be
believe he's down.
sadistic and just shoot me while I'm down?
Oh, no. His thing is to, like, make all the captured prisoners unconscious as soon as possible. Their MO. It was more just impressive that he has another shot left. There you go. Little symbol on you. Guard 1 then is going to shoot at. Still gonna shoot at Peace. Gonna maneuver around to get a better vantage point, unbeknownst to Peace. And is going to fire in. Why is my roll 20 being so slow? Who knows? Only a 15 to hit.
15 is my armor class.
Oh.
15 just hits. Alright, he comes in for 7 piercing damage and another Constitution saving throw, please. For 10 poison or potentially 5 if you make it.
7 that, and then.
Fail,
15.
15 just fails.
Oh, good.
It's a DC 16. As you take the full 10 poisoned, and you are poisoned. However, since you only failed it by 1, you begin to get drowsy. If you take 2 more fails in this, or 1 fail more than 5, you too will fall unconscious.
Save us, Jinxie.
You
Save
effectively
us.
have one tick of
I gotta
unconsciousness.
save myself first.
You have 1/3 of unconsciousness. But that is guard 1. Guard 2 is going to continue his sadistic onslaught against Jinxie personally, and is going to hit Jinxie for a 25
That just hits.
for 7 piercing damage, and it'll come in for a 25 again to hit for another 5 piercing. So for 12 altogether. Getting kind of glancing over at guard 1, getting a little bit concerned by the fact that you are still don't seem to be succumbing to the amount of poison he's pumping into your system. Looks over at Robin, already unconscious, and the other 2. Now they might not be aware, or they're probably not aware that you're a monk or what that entails. They do have monks down here, but I don't know if they'd consider it, especially because peace is also still up, so it might just be you two are naturally immune or resistant to the poison. But that is guard 2. Jinxie, it is your turn, and you're not sure your party can survive this onslaught. You're going to have to do something desperately.
Robin's got some trousers you could put on.
I mean, you're the strongest out of all of us. If
Yeah,
any of us can break the thing, it'll be you.
I'm thinking about like taking a run and jump at the stalactite.
Possible.
In the hope of breaking it.
I mean, unless you've got any other better ideas, I think that might be your
No,
your
it's-
only hope.
It's pretty much the best I've got.
Then I think you're gonna have to try. Go ahead and give me a leaping kick at it, and give me a strength check. For those watching at home, you've beaten down the DC to DC 20. There is a chance you could make it. Chance, but a chance that is not this round.
Hang on.
You gotta use lucky.
I think I may be able to do something else. Oh, that's a save. I was thinking of Diamond Soul, but that's only in saving throws.
Unfortunately, this is a check.
Yes, I will use lucky.
All right, go ahead and reroll. You have a 10% chance of breaking through.
Oh, god damn it!
Ooh,
So close.
so close. Unfortunately, while you hear just the tiniest little bit more cracking, it is not enough to finish off the stalactite. But just for you, I'm going to beat that DC down by 1 more, so it's now a DC 19 for next time, as you slowly chip away at this great escape. Robin, it is your turn again. You are unconscious, unfortunately. I don't really have a dream sequence for this since it's not a full campaign. So unfortunately, you are just unconscious. Piece of the puzzle. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm going to try and slip through again, but can I use Robin as a springboard to try and wake him up?
Unfortunately, unless you have some way to make him not immune to the poison, a simple slap will not suffice for this one.
Oh, no, I'm willing. Like, it's not like it's an object interaction because currently he is an object. So I'm just going to jump on him, then jump through the hole.
Yeah, if it's for
Like,
flavor,
if he
go for it.
wakes up from that, I don't know poisons, so who knows?
Yeah, you do, so go ahead and give me that dexterity check.
Come on. Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, your slight woozy. Oh, also, I hate to inform you of this. You are also poisoned and have the poison condition, which means you have disadvantage on all checks.
Well, I didn't make it anyway, but I will. Yeah, 7. Even worse.
Even worse. As you slam into it, the slight wooziness causing a slight duplication effect that you're pretty sure the pillar was slightly to the left as you slam face first into it. And you can taste a little bit of iron in your mouth. You start to probably regret going on this expedition.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to prop up Robin's body and try to hide behind him.
Do so as flavor, yes you can. Guard 1 is gonna run around and seeing you just kind of trying to take cover behind Robin is gonna try and finish you off. Try and get you into that sleep with enough poison in your veins. Is going to hit for a 16.
Yep, hits.
for 6 piercing damage. I need a Constitution saving throw. Constitution saving throw. And a second Constitution saving throw.
16.
16 succeeds. You will only
The
take
next one's 5.
Unfortunately, the next one does not succeed, so you will take the full 7. So that is a combined total of 12 piercing damage, and with the half from the 7, that is 3 plus 7 for 10 poison. For 22 altogether. And unfortunately, because you did fail it by more than 5, you two are unconscious.
Can I say something before I fall unconscious?
Yes.
Avenge me! And I fall asleep.
Yep. That was the second guard's attack. So the first guard's attack. So the second guard is going to come in and attempt to take down Jinxie for a 16 to hit Jinxie. Does a 16 hit Jinxie? Where is Neil? You are muted.
16 misses.
Ooh, 16 misses. I was wondering, given how low your wisdom was. But I assume a 21 does hit.
21 hits, yes.
Then you take 8 piercing damage.
Chris,
you
do you have the
lucky?
stream on in the background by any chance?
No,
it
it's
was
Neil.
me.
Ah.
8, you said.
Yep, 8 piercing. Are you bloodied?
Yes.
Alright, it is your turn before they do anything, so let's give you a chance to have your turn first. Is there anything you'd like to do? 2 of your allies are unconscious, and this pillar is still looking pretty intact with a DC 19. There's a chance you could try to break through it, but your odds aren't looking good if you'd like to try anything else. What would you like to do?
I will attempt the stalactite again.
It's quite impressive when a party fails the
Get out of
physical challenge and the diplomacy challenge.
Would I still be able? No, I couldn't do healing hands and
No, unfortunately
stalactite.
not.
Could I? I'll just go for the stalactite.
That's fair, go for it. As you charge in at the stalactite.
Oh Jesus!
Okay, you use my destiny point.
If you're sure.
Yeah, go for it.
A 15% chance of succeeding. As you twist the destiny to your favor, and unfortunately
jeez.
gets worse.
You have lucky still.
I know. I'm going to use it.
As even the guards are taking a step back, watching this little bit pathetic attempt to break down a pillar. Just
I'm persistent.
just like I don't know what they're.
Oh jeez. It's the highest though.
I'm gonna assume that's your turn, given you've used up all your resources.
Yeah.
As guard 2 takes like aim to like guard 2 is actually quite enjoying this actually. Like he had a slight hesitation there about like I don't know, maybe they're being a little but you're persistent.
The one that like eating his babies.
However, as he takes aim to like fire continually at you, the sadistic grin on his you've not actually seen him to know what he looks like. You kind of hear the footsteps of guard 1 kind of going over. Wait, that's the one that can understand us. Okay, your allies. I don't know if you know this because obviously you can't see, but your allies are
Yeah,
unconscious.
I can't see shit.
And your attempt to escape has failed. If you back down now, we'll stop firing. Just you aren't going to escape clearly.
Oh, let us out.
What? No, you're prisoners.
Under
You're-
false pretenses.
Right, but we're still not gonna let you out.
Why not?
Well, because those are my orders. Now, either you need to stop, and you need to just accept that you are now a prisoner of King Rex, and hope that he has mercy on your soul, or at least that the spirits have mercy on your soul, because, you know, there won't actually be a trial. Your savages will just execute you. But hopefully your spirits will go, if you are telling the truth and you are not dark spirits, then your spirits will rise. And you'll go to a good place. And, you know, we'll do a cleansing ritual in case you are bad spirits. So, just stop. Because, honestly, I think you're hurting yourself more than you're hurting the pillar.
I reluctantly, like, sit over a bit. And just
Alright.
give him daggers.
Okay, so you're gonna stop now. You're gonna stop trying to escape.
I don't answer.
It worries me that you're not answering.
I am sitting away from the stalactite, though.
Clearly the other one finally succumbed to the poison, so we just keep shooting this one. They'll succumb to the poison eventually. Well, yeah, but
Yes.
it's kind of... They've got like 20 darts hanging off them. It's kind of a waste of poison, isn't it? Yeah, but it's fun. Look at them. Let's just fill the darts. Alright, just... I've convinced my colleague here to stop firing. I don't know, but I never agree to that. Just let me handle this. Alright, there's clearly some form of sentience there. I think. I'm not actually sure yet, but I think they might not be savages. Or maybe they're only a little bit savages. Maybe there's hope for them. Maybe we can civilize them.
Can I hear them, or are they whispering?
No, you can hear them.
Like, we're not savages, we're just really annoyed now. We are civilized.
Right, I've seen no indication of that. You use archaic phrases and you keep beating against the pillar. That's not the signs of a civilized entity.
It's the sign of a wrongfully imprisoned entity.
It's what
that
wild
is
animals do.
seriously annoyed.
It's what the saber-tooths do when they get captured.
I don't know what the saber-tooths do.
I just told you they attack the cage and
And
try
you
to get
expect
out.
me to take your word for it? You're trying to kill us here.
No, we're trying to subdue you to stop you hurting
poison?
us.
With poison?
Yeah, it's a sedative.
It's deadly.
It's not deadly.
In
Well, in
enough
large- in large-
doses.
Yeah, sure, in high enough doses it's deadly.
Which, you know, look at how many darts you fired.
What? I'm sorry, normally people go down after, like, the second one.
Well,
Alright, well-
those people are clearly weak.
Well, we do kind of need to do a cleansing on the other two, though. Like, Captain will be mad if they die in there. They haven't gone through the cleansing. They might release bad spirit energy into the settlement. Oh yeah, I know, but this one isn't unconscious yet, so he can't exactly open the cage. So you know. Maybe.
You
All
can
right,
open the cage and we can leave. Your captain doesn't have to know that you let us go.
I don't even think I can
He
dignify that.
may have
that was
mercy
response.
on you. I don't know. Seems a bit of an asshole to me, but I barely know the guy, so.
Look, I feel like you don't understand the power dynamics at play here. You're the prisoner. We're the guards. If you can move back to the edge of the wall, go all the way to the other side of the cave. I don't like it. Let's just shoot them unconscious. No, we have to at least give them the chance. Do you promise to go to the back of the cage and not move?
I shall do my best, but I'm slightly fidgety. I warn you now.
No. If you are civilized, then I want your word on your spirit.
You have my word on my spirit.
you will move to the back of the cage, and you will not attempt to do anything, because we need to stabilize your friends over here, because they might actually die to the poison if not.
Well, then that's not my problem.
I'm just saying, letting your friends die is also a sign of an uncivilized person. You're really not helping your case here that you're civilized.
I will sit back at the wall, away. As you so kindly ask.
Do you move back to the edge of the cave? You have a
I
rough
do,
idea
I do.
of the direction. Do you have you promised that you will not do anything? And do you intend to keep that promise? And either give me a persuasion check or a deception, depending on your choice.
I've promised I'll do it,
Uh-huh.
but I want to try to still escape after
Yeah, character-wise, it makes full sense if you want to try and escape, so feel free.
after they've cleansed my friends.
But we're gonna need a deception check because you've failed the physical and the diplomacy. We're gonna try not deception, subterfuge. We're gonna try subterfuge now. We're gonna see if you're better at that. So yes, go ahead and give me a deception check, Jinxie. All of your freedoms are riding on this one check.
Die in the cave. Die in the cave.
19.
And just to put the DC, they're gonna insight you with their +8, and they're gonna see if you're lying. Okay. Number 1 appears to be really willing to wanting to believe you. I don't know what you've done to this guard, but
Hey,
really
my hips don't
yeah.
lie.
yeah, he's really giving you the benefit of the doubt here. Well, even number 2 is kind of believing you, although I think that's more just condescendence of yeah, they wouldn't dare try anything. Look at them like a dozen darts in them. All right. So as they do so, as you move against the back of the wall, you hear what sounds like them moving about and interacting with something. You don't know what. There isn't like a mechanical noise or anything, but you do hear like a slight swishing sound, almost like air rotating around something, like an air purifier or something. And as they do so, you can feel the atmosphere get just a little bit lighter. Not completely. There's still that dampening effect, but it seems to weaken just ever so slightly. And as you're standing back here, you begin to hear the grinding of stone against stone, and what it kind of sounds like a little bit like almost chanting, but it's not. It doesn't sound like it's either of them chanting. It sounds almost like a almost kind of gruff, childish laughter in the wind. Let's see. Do you have Jinxie? Do you have proficiency of nature?
Don't think so, but no.
Who was it? Who was it that spoke one of the primordial languages?
That would have been piece of the puzzle, I think.
I think, yeah. Ignorant.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're unconscious.
What
and do not.
language is primordial?
It is a language itself, but it has 4 dialects. Terran, Ignis, Aqua, whatever.
Oh,
last
right, I
one is.
speak none of them.
Yeah, unfortunately not. So unfortunately, this is a foreign sound to you. You do not glean any insight or knowledge as to what's happening in the dark. But you do hear the grinding of stone against stone. So go ahead and give me a perception check to see how well you can piece together their movements and where they're going.
15.
15. Not too bad. Let's move the rest of these. As you hear what sounds like footsteps that, from your calculations or kind of estimates, must be either at or past the boundaries of the other side of the cave now. And you can actually hear, as you listen, the sound of scraping or dragging, as if 2 bodies are being dragged out. What would you like to do?
I will try saying to them in Undercommon, it's like, where are you taking my friends?
Just let you know, if they are being dragged out of the boundary, this may be your only chance with the door open to try and escape. So if you'd like to make a mad dash for it with your tabaxi speed, now might be the only chance you get.
I will take this opportunity.
Alright, then give me an athletics or acrobatics check to see how well you do, not like stumbling or tripling. You have the speed, but you're going to be pushing yourself the fastest you possibly could.
29!
Oh! Beautiful!
Well done.
As you twist and turn and you bolt, using the wall itself as a launching pad, as you flick around and push yourself off the back wall, you bolt across the room in a flash and just a gush of wind, as even the two guards were never expecting. Like, their people are quick. And
Has everybody seen Season 8 of Game of Thrones?
no.
Yeah.
But also, I don't care about spoilers, because
Alright.
I'm watching the final seasons.
Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that scene.
Not sure which scene you're on about.
Oh,
through
where
the
she
air with the dagger?
runs past all the whites and everyone.
Right.
Like, it's just a light breeze as she ran past,
Mhm.
unnoticed.
As you do so, as you blast past them, suddenly, as you cross that boundary and you push right through the gap, like in between them as they're hauling your allies out, you feel... What were you? You were just a pure monk?
Pure monk, yeah.
What subclass of monk were you?
As Way of Mercy.
We have mercy. But you have tattoo. You're the one that has tattoos, right?
Yeah, I've got a couple of tats.
As you bolt through the passage between them, not only do you feel the sudden surge of energy of your tattoos coming back online, but suddenly light blasts into your eyes as the entire room takes on vision, you having left the aura of whatever was suppressing and blinding you. As I need a Constitution saving throw against the sudden light.
Oh,
The
this is
two
what
guards
turned into Gizmo.
not even having a chance or time to really react. They're not even quite sure if something did just happen. You moved so quickly.
Oh, 22.
damn.
Oh, yes.
As
Damn
sudden,
time.
apparently you're just saving all of the good rolls for right now, for which I find is so funny.
It's karma.
Oh, there we go. Just I don't have a map for this room because I wasn't actually expecting you guys to get captured for so long.
Shine the
You
club.
gave us a door, Chris. You gave us a door.
Don't get me wrong. I am thoroughly enjoying this. Apparently, I just need to lock you guys in a room in the future for longer.
You don't
See
even
how
have
you
to
get out.
lock it. Just close the door. We'd be stuck.
To be fair, it's
I mean, technically,
it's
there's not
dark
even a
and we
door.
can't see.
Yeah.
There's an opening.
This actually happens as you burst out of this area here, as they had to retract the anti-magic field in order to use the, for those interested, the elementary mold earth, effectively, to like remove the earth pillars. Got some earth bending going on here. So as you burst through, suddenly the room lights up in these warm flame tomes, as there are multiple totem pole multiple torches in brackets along the walls, lighting this entire chamber up in this warm red and orange glowing light. The room itself seems to be filled with strange, exotic, and tropical plants along the walls, and there is a opening in the wall to the other side of you that leads through a masoned corridor. The floor beneath you as well, kind of in this masoned platform, as you appear to be in a constructed room that leads into this cave where they've just kind of thingied it off. There is a table and chests and all the other amenities that you'd expect from a prison cell. A couple chairs and stuff for like sitting on either side, as suddenly your magic returns to you and you're able to kind of glance back at the two guards, not looking up or turning back to you, still not quite registering what the hell's just happened in their confusion, dragging your allies out. And to either side of the room, you can see these two massive totem poles with a chunk thingied out into the center. So there's a little bit of a totem pole in the bottom and the top of the ceiling, and hovering between the two half pillars, effectively, is this floating chunk, bigger than you've ever possibly seen. This massive crystal of blue arcanite hovering there, dancing with this spiritual energy. These small little, what appear to be almost personified creatures for anyone who's ever seen a JRPG, for the elemental, like, spirit creatures. Just kind of dancing and swirling around the crystal. They seem to be made of, like, multiple little creatures, kind of just giggling and playing with each other, attracted to the energy. And there's one of these on both sides. But Jinxie, you are, for all intents and purposes, free of the anti-magic field, can see what is creating it, and can see a chest where potentially maybe is where they're keeping your equipment. Who knows what's in the chest? And you look back at the two guards hauling out your unconscious, poisoned allies. What would you like to do?
Oh, decisions.
I'm going to say it will probably took your action to bolt as quick as you did, since you effectively dashed. But you still have a bonus action if you'd like to do anything. And maybe probably a little bit of movement left, given that I'm also assuming you use your tabaxi like bolt ability for
Yeah,
good flavor.
yeah.
I mean, you could have used your key for Step of the Wind, and isn't that just a bonus then? Or a dash? If you needed your action for something.
Given it wasn't that
It's
thing of distance, I will let
Disengage
you.
or dash.
I will let you use a bonus action key dash instead of your action dash, and still have your action. So either your action or a bonus key.
Bonus key.
That's fair. Then you still have your action. What would you like to do?
I would like to attempt to open the box chest.
All right, you rush
Couldn't think of the
over.
word there.
No, it's fair. You rush over to the chest. Go ahead and give me a fate roll, a d20. If you roll a 12 or higher, it will be unlocked. If not, it will be locked.
17.
You find that they haven't properly locked it, and you, with your okay insight, you suspect it's probably because Guard 2 was rifling through your things. But as you flip it open, you find many of your items. There are a few missing, particularly anything of very rare or higher. But you do see, if I actually grab it, your your basic equipment gear. There's a couple backpacks in there. There is one or two weapons in there. You've got your Dagger of Omens, which they gave off really bad mojo and vibes to it, so they left in there. Your Peria of Health, your Sentinel Shield, some Boots of Elven kind, and a +2 bow, I believe, or +1 quarterstaff, +2 longbow.
Plus one longbow, but that's it. That's currently in my quiver.
That's fair. And your quiver in there, I believe
Technically,
was...
the oath bow was in the quiver as well. So unless they opened it and pulled it out.
No, they were particularly interested in this headband of protecting luck because it looked shiny and pretty.
Oh.
That is missing. Your half plate +2 is missing.
Done there.
They didn't know what to make of the gun because they've never actually seen it, so they did leave it. They didn't want to touch anything that might be thingied. And guard 2 is currently wearing your Cloak of Displacement. I think that's I think there's a couple very rare. Oh, actually no. Your parry of proof against poison is also rare, so they took that. They pretty much took anything that was giving off like a large amount of arcane energy. But yes, that was just your object interaction since it wasn't locked. So you still have your action. What would you like to do?
Oh,
Your +1 quarterstaff is there if you'd like to grab it.
I would like to grab as much as I can. You know, obviously with the strength I can't carry.
I mean, I think what Chris is saying is if you grab your quarterstaff, you can attack them.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can take the chest and flee and leave your allies if you'd like. That's entirely valid.
Yeah, I was gonna also attack guard 2.
Then yeah, if your plan is to attack, then you just want to grab a weapon and beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and come from behind and crack them across the back of the head.
Now, guard 2 does appear to be attuned to the Cloak of Displacement. So you will have a disadvantage on attacking them.
In that case, I'll just go for guard 1 then.
Oh, pure guard 1, the one who really liked you?
Did he really?
Well, it's gonna get his face eaten off, so who knows? Oh, actually, now that you can see them, they do look reminiscent of lizard folk, but they appear to have a much more elongated kind of snout to them, a little bit more of a scaled, and given that they are effectively raptors in a slightly lizard folknoid form, they also have this mane of feathers running down them and some different color scaling and patterns along their skin. They also seem to have these very sharp teeth to them. But yeah, go ahead if you would like to use your action to run up and attack guard 1, who is currently dragging piece of a puzzle. You may do so.
16?
16, this one didn't have thingy on it. They've got a natural armor of 15, so that does it. Go ahead and we're using one or two-handed, doesn't matter, the damage is the same. And I believe they had... Okay, that much health.
That should have an extra attack.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're above level 5, you do have multi-attack.
You can attack twice instead of once when you take the attack. Yeah, so I shall hit him again.
Yep. He takes the damage. It's not looking too bad. You take like a whack over the thing, but their natural deinonic hide is still pretty resilient, and they seem to have a bit of a beefy constitution to them. Go ahead and roll me another attack. Oh, and more importantly, would you like to stunning strike on your first attack?
Yeah.
You know, since
I thought that
you're a
was just unarmed, sorry.
No, you can do that on any melee attack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have done that then.
That is fine. Let me just double check their constitution. Oh, wow, they actually don't have that high constitution. They do not get proficiency. Does their thingy give them proficiency? Nope, that's strength. Okay, so that's just a +3 then. It's a good thing the monk is the one that thingied out of this. A 20. What is your DC?
For
For
the...
stunning strike. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure this is based on your wisdom.
Yeah.
My wisdom's 13.
What's your proficiency at this level? 4 or
5.
So it's probably a 14 without, unless you have anything to enhance it. Probably not anything that's a +6 to it, at least. So don't worry about the exact number right now. But as you...
DC 14.
Yeah, DC 14, unfortunately, he does make. But as you hit in for, I'm assuming, again, two-handed, for 10 more damage, you have bloodied him. However, he is still standing. Would you like to try to do a second stunning strike on him?
Yes.
They do have a good chance of failing, but unfortunately, these guys are not.
Son of a bitch.
Unfortunately, the strange makeup of these dynamic individuals, these Rapnoids, as I've been calling them, appear to be very strange and foreign to the flow of ki through them. They seem to almost have an enhanced ki to them, like they've got some sort of spiritual essence or magic protecting their flow of chi through their body. That is making it really hard to like get a good stunning lock on it. Now, unfortunately, Piece of a Puzzle and Robin are still poisoned and therefore unconscious, as Guard 1 and 2 are going to kind of catch up as to what the hell is actually happening and look around at you in horror. Guard 1 kind of having a pained, almost betrayed expression on their face. Wait, I thought you weren't. You promised. Promised.
Oops.
And is going to kind of his eyes are going to steal over and turn vicious as he's going to channel the anger of being betrayed by you into a bite attack. And this one does use their strength. So is
Savage.
yep. They you are no longer blind, so they no longer have advantage against you.
And I can't attune to my cloak of protection just yet.
Unfortunately not. So that is going to be a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it just hits.
Okay, well, that's not actually like their base thing. Weird. Wait a second. I'm gonna check what the base one has. I thought it had like some sort of. Huh. I forget that like the base stat blocks don't have like the racial traits that actual lizard folk have. Shame. Yeah, I'm gonna give it its base ones because that's much cooler. I want his Hungry Jaws ability. Give me my Hungry Jaws ability. Oh, that's a bonus action. Fair. I'm gonna attack you with his claws first, and then he's gonna bite you. Because apparently I can do that as a bonus action, which is much more fun. So he's gonna attack you twice with his claw attack. So let's do a 24 claw attack first, since it is the same modifier, and that's gonna hit in for. He's got enhanced razor claws. It's going to be a d12 plus 4 for 7 slashing damage. And a 11 to hit.
That misses.
Oh, then he's going to use his bonus action to hit you with his Hungry Jaws ability then. Or his Savage Jaws, as this one's called. A 22 to hit.
That hits.
As he bites into you. That is going to be a 3d12 plus 4 for his. 25 piercing damage.
Ow.
As he gains temporary hit points. Okay, he is not looking as, well, he's still looking bloody, because unfortunately 10 hit points doesn't thingy up, but mechanically, he is no longer looking bloodied. That is Guard 1. Guard 2 is similarly going to drop Robin and is going to come over and try and take an attack at you. For a 10 to hit.
Misses.
And a 16 to hit.
Misses.
Well, damn. Okay, Jinxie's going to single-handedly take them on. Jinxie, it is back to you. Guard 1 and 2 are trying to take you down. Guard 2 kind of muttering over to Guard 1. I told you they couldn't be trusted. They're savages! It's gonna be the death of us! As he tries to slash in at you, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and heal myself. Would I have been able to pick up my healing potion, or would they have taken that?
They've
Because
taken all
I'm
healing
sure it was a
potions.
great or
Yep, unfortunately, they've taken all the healing potions. They have herbalists who recognized what that was, and they're like, yeah, free healing potions, let's take it.
I'll use my hands of healing.
You're probably better just to keep attacking flurry blows.
Yeah, remember,
Yeah.
any healing you do will probably get undone by the next attack.
Because there's still
okay.
2 of them. You need to take out 1 of them.
Then I will flurry of blows.
More importantly, can your healing touch undo poison, did you say?
I can undo poison, yes.
Then you might want to disengage as a bonus action and undo the poison that's
Because
keeping one of your
I
allies.
have Physician's Touch.
Then, yeah, if you do that to one of your allies, you'll wake them up.
And who's best to come
Probably Jinxie, as they'd be able to. Oh,
up? I'm
actually,
Jinxie.
not Jinxie, sorry, piece of the puzzle. They're both cats, it's fine.
They look the same to you.
See? It's the Baxiest. We're not cats.
Saying that,
Talk about
I've got
this.
the mobile feat, so for me getting up, it only costs like 5 foot, I think.
I can do jack shit when I stand up, so I think it's you is better.
Oh no, it's athlete that I've got. Allows me to just get up with 5 foot of movement, and then I've got 35 foot extra, so I can jump up, run and grab my bow and shoot one of them.
Yeah, wake Robin.
I'll give Robin a nice massage and tell him that like, some of your weapons, one of your bows is in that chest over there.
Now, Robin is more than 5 feet away from you. Would you like to use a bonus action key point to disengage, or take the opportunity attacks?
I shall disengage.
Fair enough. Then use up your resources, and you go over to Robin and lay on hands to them. Or, not lay on hands, you're not a paladin. Whatever your key healing...
Touch me.
But yes, in that case, Robin, as the healing or the poison is removed from you, you are no longer unconscious and wake up.
Cool.
Or at least wake up with like a little shaking from Jinx, because technically you stay unconscious until shaken. But for the sake of your allies, they shake you.
Right.
But Jinxie, is that your turn? You've used a bonus in an action and managed to get one of your allies up. Very productive use. Anything else you'd like to say or do?
No, that's me.
To be fair, so far I think you've done the most out of this whole session.
Yeah.
So
Hey, I pissed on Robin's shirt. I think that.
oh, that's fair. That is fair. I guess that's equal.
His initial embroidered silk
Yes.
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely
Is it
shirt.
right?
Robin, it is your turn, and you have come back to consciousness in this light. No longer in the black void of anti-magic.
Cool. So it's gonna say, "Finally, someone turned on the lights," and then he's gonna see the chest, dash over or run over towards it. Which one am
You're on the right.
I? I need to zoom in a little bit so I can actually read the names. So let's run over to the chest. How much movement would that be actually?
They were only 30 away, so the chest was probably at the size maybe like 20 feet away.
Cool. So yeah, he
That's
would
probably
have
like over here.
ran, grabbed his quiver, hoping that one of his bows is still in there.
Yep, you find them both still in there.
Cool. He's gonna pull out just the standard +1 longbow and an arrow, or a couple of arrows even, and I am gonna bonus action steady aim. Just give myself.
Now remember, Guard 2 is wearing what you recognize to be a piece of a puzzle's displacement cloak.
Yep, that's why I'm steady aiming. to give myself advantage to thingy it. So it's a flat roll.
Have Jinxie go back into combat too, since you guys are proficient with each other.
So yep, let's do an attack.
All right. Are you aiming at guard 2?
Aiming at guard 2.
Let's see what your
So-
flat roll can do then.
First attack.
As you fire in at
There's a
him.
crit.
Hot
There
damn!
we go.
For that's what,
Nice.
40 odd, 42 damage.
Be 44 if it's doubled.
It's not doubles. It rolls double the dice, and the
Oh, right.
I already done that.
Yeah.
That's why it's so high. One second, I need to check something. Okay, so you don't outright kill him. But with his 27 health, how would you like to fucking annihilate this guy?
So
Oh.
essentially, he's gonna like the arrow shoots into his shoulder, like somehow pushes him backwards and pins him into something.
So you're Robin Hooding him.
Yes.
That's fair. I imagine
enough.
this pillar over here.
Yeah. Okay, that's my first shot.
Guard 1 bit doesn't even get a chance to like turn around and look at you as you're like dashing off before just. Oh shit! Savages got me.
Then,
Guard 1 looks on horrified.
Yep. Second shot.
You can see him kind of starting to like raise his hands and like, oh shit, no.
That's a 21 to hit, and
21 hit?
it's only 6 piercing because I don't get a sneak on this one.
That chips away at the temporary hit points he managed to get last turn. But he is still up as it like chips past his shoulder.
That's
As he is
fine.
now kind of looking at all the savages surrounding him.
That'll do me. He's gonna say,
Alright.
or actually say, we don't want to hurt you any more than we already have.
That's fair. Piece of puzzle unfortunately is still unconscious as guard 1 going to do a wisdom save.
I'm really stretching out cutely over the floor.
And unfortunately has enough wisdom to know that this is now a deadly encounter for him. Is going to look at the unconscious piece of a puzzle, look to Jinxie, who's still with that her eyes in guard 1's expression as they look to Jinxie, and look over at Robin in utter terror and fear. And knows he needs to get away as quickly as possible and is going to provoke an opportunity attack as he dashes away. Jinxie, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
I would.
That's going to get, they actually have superior movement, so it's going to get 40. Well, might not get 40, we'll see if Jinxie does. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
I will attack with my claws.
Fair enough,
Okay.
we go.
Can you get up to him with the 40?
No, it's an opportunity attack as he leaves. It's just more
Oh,
of,
right.
I'm placing him in case, for calculation's sake, so
17.
17 hits.
Stunning strike.
Would you like to stunning strike him?
Yes, I would.
Then he needs a constitution saving throw, he has a +3.
Also, do you have Sentinel?
Also, do you have Sentinel?
Me, no.
So unfortunately, he takes the claws across his back. He seems to be wearing this kind of thin leather garb. It's not so much there for protection as it is ceremonial and decorative. He seems to be relying on his natural Diconian hide to protect him. As you slash through this leather-like cloth on his back and gash at his back, he kind of thrusts his chest forward and kind of ushers out and groans in pain, but continues just bolting forward, still conscious, still up, as his base 40 movement gets him out of the room, and he is going to dash for another 40 to get himself around a corner and out of line of sight. given the corridors are not that long. They're only about 20 foot long, so he's able to get to one with a bend and hightail it down the corner. I imagine screaming all the time or shouting in common all the time that Jinxie can understand of, prisoners have escaped! Prisoners have escaped! I guess at this point he'd now be going back to savages. He was only doing prisoner while he like had a hope that you guys weren't like merciless killers, but those beliefs
We've
have been.
learned. They
Look
forced our
back at-
paws.
At guard 2, currently dead in one shot. Look at you guys trying to justify not being the like alien monsters that have arrived to their city. Savages have escaped! The savages have escaped! But that is going to be guard 1's turn. Jinxie, it is your turn. You have a choice here. You can either get piece of a puzzle up, or you can chase after guard 1. What would you like to do? Also, what is your base movement speed?
That's 55.
You don't even have to get to him. Unfortunately, you do only get one action, though, so you can either do an action to attack or an action to get piece of a puzzle up. What would you like to do?
I'll attack him.
I would say it'd be better to get peace up.
Yeah. But ultimately, Neil, this is your choice. You can
I
always
was
come
thinking
back and get
attacking
piece
him
up.
before he could get too far and then alert too many people.
What you think, Neil? You're the only one surviving. Go with your gut.
I mean, now Robin's up. He can do a fair bit of damage.
Peace
And-
doesn't
and-
have faith in you.
Oh, but I mean, you would have seen him fight previously. He's pretty deadly. And Robin can move pretty fast as well. Not as fast as you, but still pretty fast.
Oh, to be fair, Robin is up next, so I'll be out of line of sight. You can, yeah, I'll get peace up.
If that's what you want.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and do so. You still have your bonus and your movement left if you'd like to do anything as piece of the puzzle gets back up. Or they wake up, their eyes flicker open as you remove the poison condition from them.
Son of a bitch.
I will move closer.
With your 50 movement, you can get all the way up to him and in front of him if you would like.
If I can get in front of him, yeah.
Yep. He is too preoccupied running away from you to attempt to block you.
I mean, I don't know where he's gone, but
That's a good point. To be fair, he's still screaming and shouting, so you can just follow the sound of his voice.
yeah, it's just I couldn't see him on the map.
Yeah, so you like bolt after him. He's only gotten 40 feet away from you with your base 55. You get up to him, can get in front of him, and like still have 10 foot of movement left. He appears to have been running. He took an L-shaped corridor and ran 20 down one length and then 20 down the other, and you can see what looks to be an archway and a well, I'm trying to think what kind of doorway I want for their culture. The problem with doing a one-shot in an entirely new place is I have to do a lot of world building and like figure out how the hell their culture does architecture. It's totally wood, but they also have a very free, open floor, like feng shui thing going on with the spirits. So I'm going to assume either archways or like those dangling, like cloth doorways. So this is going to be a very lovely, almost like woven cloth
Make
made
it
of.
the beaded doorways.
Well, yeah, but I want to use the plant fiber because they're very also heavy into like thingying with nature and stuff. So they
enough.
have a very beautifully kind of like threaded
It's just vines.
yeah, like vine tapestry door passage. That's just kind of hanging and flowing there, and a very nice. And there seems like a small current flowing through. It's all very like aesthetic and pleasing. Seems to
You
focus
see
on a lot of
Jinxie and Peace clawing at that.
but you're able to get in front of him and he kind of stumbles to a stop, eyes wide in terror as he stares at you. As Robin, it is now your turn.
Okay, so Robin is gonna grab his. No, he's just gonna leave the rest of the stuff there for the minute, and 40-foot movement towards, and then 40-foot dash.
Since you were only 10 away from the doorway and 20 on the corridor, with 30 feet of movement, you can get past the L bend and see down the 20-foot length towards guard 1.
Yeah, so he would, in that case, I would bonus action steady aim.
Yep.
To get advantage on the guard.
Obviously, even like a base 30 would actually, because you are already like 20 foot ahead, get you in line of sight, which is quite funny.
So, yep. To give himself advantage. For a 21 to hit and 34 total damage.
With his 6 health left, Jinxie, you're just kind of like standing there as guard 1 is like thingy to a halt, staring at you wide eyes.
Standing there with like one claw curled up.
Suddenly, the tip of an arrow shaft pierces through the front of his chest as he just looks at you, and as he like starts to fall down, blood trickling down from the wound, it kind of splurts blood a little bit, kind of stares at you. You promised you weren't savages. As he collapses to the ground.
Just let it happen.
Oh no!
Why is this the most like evil party you've had so far?
Hey, he fucked us up.
But as the commotion kind of dies down, Jinxie, you hear movement on the other side, the scraping of chairs against floors and stuff, and the suddenly hurried movement on the other side of that tapestry. But we'll get back to that in a second. Robin, would you like to do anything else for your turn?
Because I've steadied aimed, I can't move anymore. So that's it.
All right, piece of puzzle. You have your turn as you're able to kind of sit up and stand up if you'd like. Both Robin and Jinxie are no longer in line of sight. You are in this room with the glowing orange light and the 2 floating giant chunks of blue arcanite with swirling spirit energy inside these 2 totem poles. What would you like to do?
I think first I'm going to see the chest and go, good stuff. I'm going to go grab stuff from the chest.
You do so. You find everything apart from the few rare, very rare and very rare and legendary items that are missing.
Oh,
Yeah, proper list for you for next week.
okay, cool. So I'm strapping that kind of stuff on, and then I can hear the sound. Well, we can hear the sound of somebody screaming or dying. So I'm going to follow that.
You do so. You move the it's 40 foot. So depending on your movement, you might need to dash to get like proper line of sight of everything.
To backseat dash, so I've got 60 foot.
Cool. Yeah, especially because you're going on a slight tangent to grab all your stuff from the chest, and then you kind of like quickly dash out, and you can see down the corridor, or you can get up to Robin and see down to Jinxie. All right, is that your turn? Would you like to do anything else?
I will use my action to cast message ahead to Jinxie and say, like, is anything incoming?
Sorry. No, you guys have come out
coming
into
this way.
A T-junction where the one of the corridors is leading down towards Jinxie, and there is a corridor leading the other side. Which piece of puzzle? Give me a D20 fate roll. As I get the orientation of this building.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, you're in like the one cell that doesn't actually like is at the dead center of the building and is next to a window. It unfortunately also turns off into an L shape. You have no idea what's down there. But as we go on to the dead guards now, turn. Jinxie, you hear continuing movement and sounds on the other side of this this tapestry. Before eventually there's a slight calm, a slight quietness. And suddenly the tapestry of vines and leaves is torn away to reveal an entire guard's room with half a dozen guards all standing with blow darts at the ready, staring out down the corridor, their eyes shocked and angry and full of emotion. as they all begin taking aim, and a door to the right of the room flings open, and incoming is the heavy foot, and kind of calling out, What is the meaning of this commotion? Follows the eyes of his guards towards the now torn tapestry passageway, staring directly at you. You see the gruff figure, based on the voice, of the captain of these guards. Now wearing what you recognize. If I just quickly grab it. To be the +2 half plate that belongs to Piece of a Puzzle.
Son of a bitch.
As he, let's see. Is there anything else fancy I wanna show off there? Yeah. He is going to roll his shoulders, crack his neck. You can see that he's a much bulkier and beefier Rapnoid. He seems to stand at least like 2 foot above the rest and seems to be much broader and wilder. It's quite starkly different. It's like if you're watching like a medium-sized kobold versus a medium-sized swobold. He is going to punch his fists together, and wrapping around his fists are the spectral energy, the spiritual energies, as you see these little spirits dancing and swirling around his hands, giving off this blue light. As in Undercommon, speaking straight to you, I guess you're more than just a beast. It's a shame you'll have to die now.
This could have all have been avoided if you would have spoke to me earlier. So this is on you.
I do love a good hunt. As Jinxie, it is your turn. What would you like to do? There is a room filled with guards. I'm assuming that most of you are still bloodied. And remember, these darts have a poisoning effect that can render you unconscious. And there's no telling how powerful this beefy guard captain is. What would you like to do, Jinxie? I can't tell if Neil's just really thinking there, if he's going on mute again. All right.
No,
there.
I was really thinking.
No, it's a good. This will be the branching point to determine what happens next week. Do you stay and fight, or do you flee? You can also look back at your allies. I will let the party decide, or the players decide, given this is effectively a party decision, as this might be a death match.
You fool.
Yeah, I'm gonna start leaving. Because I'm not that healthy.
Start taking some steps back and kind of looking over your shoulder at the Robin and
Yeah,
Peace.
I just look at Robin and Peace. It's like, shrug my shoulders. Like, I'm going.
Robin and Peace, how do you react to this? Are you giving the like, yeah, let's move action, or you're like, no, we're fucking taking these guys?
Robin's gonna say, bottleneck! If we're in a corridor, they're in a bottleneck.
Yeah, maybe. But they're also all ranged, and they're in a different room, so and there's no telling how many darts I can fire down that corridor.
Yeah, it also depends on what their range is.
Yeah. I'm popping this ever-smoking bottle as soon as you get past me, Robin.
Okay.
No, the corridor is only 40 foot before it turns off into like a full bend, since it's 2020 for the T-junction. So they would only need at max like 40. But more importantly, I mostly just want to get a vibe check on the players. So, Ben and TR, do you want to fight or do you want to flee?
I'm popping the ever-smoking bottle and I'm legging it after Jinxie.
That's fair. Ben, do you want to fight or do you want to flee? There will obviously be opportunities to fight them later.
Yeah, if they're both running, I'll run as well. Are we going back into the room to grab the rest of the stuff, or did you grab all that piece?
I think I would have grabbed everything I could have, so yeah.
Because I mean,
Yep.
I've got my bag of holding in there. Anything that you couldn't have carried, you could have just chucked it in that.
Yeah, I imagine. Well, from what Chris said, I could have grabbed everything.
Right.
Yeah. I'm assuming you guys let's grab everything and then can hightail it. That's why I've deliberately taken multiple items you have to go get if you want them back.
That's fine.
Alright. So as you do so, as you begin fleeing and you throw down the smoking bottle to give you some cover from the darts, you are able to hightail it down the other corridor. And as you get down this L shape, there's one or two other twisting corridors you have to find. You seem to be in a somewhat centralized building, but eventually you manage to find your way to a window where you look out and you see that you are in a tower of some variety, or a large tall building. You seem to be on the 3rd or 4th story. A good 120-foot drop down into what looks to be an ocean or some sort of internal cavern cave or something. You can see fluorescent light all throughout, or luminescent light all throughout this massive cavern that you're currently in, over what appears to be some form of still lake. Do you have the ability to fly, or would you like to jump from the tower, or find a alternative exit?
I mean, I think it's only
Sure.
you that would be able to, like, safely jump out of it, Jinxie.
Surely Jinxie and
Do you have feather?
Peace would be able to like, at least climb down.
I have a featherfall token I can flip to Robin.
I have slow fall as well.
Yeah, you've got slow fall.
Yeah, we should probably just assume the monk is fine in this scenario.
Yeah.
And I was thinking Robin could have like tied a rope onto an arrow and fired the arrow into the ground.
And like zip line down, but
Yeah.
how many people does your featherfall token like target? Is it just the one person, or
I think it's only for one, you know. It's like an emergency. Like it's a wonderful little common item. I think it's just a one-use hit.
It's only the one person.
right?
This is one from Eberron, right?
I do not know.
No, this is one from Eberron. It only targets one person. It's a really cool device. I like it.
So
Yeah.
I can flip it to you, and I can try and climb down, and then
Yeah, I mean,
heal
you
me if I
guys-
have to jump.
Yeah, you guys don't need any thing on it, or any checks for you climbing unless you want to do it really quickly.
So I will climb.
Yeah. As the two tabaxis quickly like thingy out the window and start scrubbling down it, Robin jumps over and begins falling and activates his featherfall token. You get a pretty good, like, as you're kind of coming around the edge of the tower, you actually get a nice sweeping view of the entire cavern, as this tower seems to be just tall enough, even though you seem to be going down into like a little bit of a chasm next to the rest of the city. You're able to see the landscape of the city before you descend down the walls, as you see the city of Terrell Falls. As we place your minis over here by the prison. Yeah, because they're dinosaurs, they use a P.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, dinosaurs they don't.
But as you come out of this small little tower up here in what appears to be, the rest of the city appears to be on like a cliff bluff, and this segment here of all the smoke, which is supposed to indicate the waterfalls, kind of comes down into this lower region segment here that has not only this massive, what looks to be like a church shrine-like building, and this massive like still lake, but as well as this little cropping of dead trees and this prison that you've just leapt out of as you descend down towards the water of this still lake. But as you do that, as you escape the prison of Terrell Falls and go out into the settlement, that is where we are going to end for today's session.
Nice.
To remind everyone watching, you are missing several of your items. which you do not know where they are. You came on this expedition with your leader and 2 other NPC allies, which you also did not see or hear of in the prison. And you're assumedly in an entire settlement of hostile creatures who think you're aliens and, you know, humans are anything to go by, or alien movies are anything to go by, will probably attack you on sight, given that you are strange entities that probably want to eat their brains.
Or
Maybe.
babies.
Or babies.
Maybe.
1/3 of the party do.
And after all that, you appear to be in some mountainous cave cavern in the Underdark, and there doesn't look to be any obvious exit to it until you explore around a bit more to leave the settlement. You have all this and more to look forward to next week, where potentially we might be getting a new NPC player joining. See who shows up next week. And we'll find out more of what happens to the players and their adventures in Terra Falls. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. I've been Chris McKenzie. This is Alterra one-shot The Rise of the Rapnoids. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.